Okay. Okay. Oops, I forgot something. I'm here. Yeah, it was supposed to have went from the countdown straight to me. I forgot to go into my own studio. Yes, and we kill that volume. We go to default view, and we bring out the chat. Oh, pop out chat. There it is. All right. And over there. Yes, I know I'm late. I'm not prepared. It's been a busy day. And who keeps asking for all this bloody rain? That's the only thing I really want to know. So let's please let the rain move on. All right, I got a couple of invitations to send. Oops. This is not working out tonight. Copy. Go away. And back over here. And let's see. Got there. And SNL. LV. There's that. And one other cohort. And I cannot type or see for that matter tonight. All right. Okay, those are done. All right. I think I'm actually here. Don't know what I'm doing, but I think I'm actually here. Okay, have I gone crazy yet? I believe I have. If not, I'm headed here real quick. All right, now then, what we got going on? Okay, this is supposed to be live, not top. And let's try this again. All right, here we go. All right, yes, live chat. I can see that. I can see this. There's that. There's that. I should not need that anymore. That's the other thing. All right. Ha! I think I'm set up. Y'all don't pay no attention to me. I'm losing it. It's just been too crazy. A lot of things going on. I am more than ready for vacation myself. Okay. And y'all don't need that in stereo, but it's happening. Oh well. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? Okay. All right. Okay. That'll do for now. It can go away. All right. I'm here. I promise everybody. And starting off the gates, first in the door tonight, Diamond Painting with Gammy. Good evening to you. Go. Welcome. Followed on the heels by Muttnut's Crazy World. Good evening to you. Let's see. And from there, we go on down to Tijuana Crafter. Hello, Karina. And let's see. Diamond Painting with Gammy. Muttnut. Tijuana. Scott, good evening and welcome. Glad to see you around. Let's see. Anita, you back already? I thought you were going to go pick your daughter up. I know I was late. I didn't know I was that late. But then again, you got a real small town too, so I don't imagine it was too far. Let's see. Scott, Tijuana, Lori Amendola. Good evening to you. Welcome back. Glad to see you. And let's try to scroll this list, and there goes one of my lights. Okay, it's falling apart. I've got to get a new swivel mount for that one light. I wore the mount out. It won't stay locked. Honestly, I got to find one better that's Nyx proof. All right, let's see. Anita, Scott, Tijuana, Lori, Anita, Diamond Gammy, Muttnut's Crazy World, Anita Johnson, Linda Bain, good evening. Welcome to you. Linda Ewald, Dreamers Craft Corner, good evening. Linda, you still got rain coming at you? Because if you do, I know it's coming my way. I know I've been wet, and I'm not supposed to see sunshine until next Thursday. I'm ready for this rain to move on. Somebody send it away or take it and run with it. One of the two. Hi, Sandy. Good evening to you. Whatever's going to hit Linda's going to hit you next. So y'all send me some sunshine. Let's see. Nita, Cindy Michelle, Diamond Painting Fanatics. Hey, you're lurking. Come on now. Let's see. Nita. Okay. I'm like kind of scared to click this because it always jumps a crazy amount on me and I'll lose my spot. Charisma Art, aka Leanne Harris. Good evening and welcome to the Crazy House, I guess. Let's see. All right, there's Muttnut. Billy A. Hello and good evening. Jen M. Good evening to you. Let's see. Travis. Welcome. Glad to see you here. My link slinger. How you doing tonight? Hope all is well with you. Let's see. Muttnut's Crazy World, Dreamers Craft Corner, Diamond Painting Fanatics, Leanne Harris, Anita, Charisma Art, or Leanne Harris. I'm just reading the list, see if I'm making sure I don't miss anybody. And this thing's notorious for jumping on me. And of course, the other one don't want to keep up, but it don't seem like it's doing too bad tonight. Oh, let's see. Diamond Painting Gammy, Tammy Glassnut Simon, Travis Gets Creative, Fanatics, Jen M, Leanne Harris again. Tammy Glassnut Simon. Tammy, did you sneak in on me or did I mention you? If I skipped you, I'm sorry. But welcome to you anyway. Let's see. All right. Down payment Gammy, down payment Fanatics, Travis Gets Creative, Raelene Prather, excuse me. Good evening to you. Oh, let's see. Diamonds and Dew, aka Lee K, runs in from another location. Is that running in or running from? At any rate, glad to see you here. Let's see. Okay, Anita, you're still at the hospital waiting on test results. Interesting. I thought your daughter worked there and you just going to pick her up. I hope everything's all right. Let's see. Travis Creative, Jen M, Cindy Michelle. You're not stirring any pots tonight, are you? Jen, Cindy Michelle is a pot stirrer. So my other pot stirrer, I'm not sure where she's at. I got somebody else supposed to be here with me tonight that missed last weekend as well. Let's see. Colleen Fisher, good evening to you. How you doing? Let's see. Erin English, good evening and welcome to the house. Let's see. Linda Wigren, good evening to you. Lurking in the wings and working on my whip. How are you lurking in the wings? Is that a typo? I mean, you got the imagination going on me here now. Let's see. I wasn't that part of this. Picture on Facebook, Big Box. Wow, very good, Sandy. Hey, big light boards are a good thing. Let's see here. Anita waiting on a CT scan. I think if they tried to scan me, that I'd probably blow the machine up because my mind is definitely fried. Oh, let's see. Diamonds and Dew, Travis is Creative, Anita Johnson, Travis is Creative. By the way, Sandy, tell Greg I said hello. Hope all is well with him. Let's see. I don't know, Anita. I think I would rather have the snow. At least the snow brightens things up, and when the sun comes out, it's gorgeous. Whereas rain is, I'm sorry, it's just wet, ucky, cold, and gray, and that's all we've had here. We had sun one day, Thursday, I believe, for a few hours, and that was around midday. And then by the time sunset came, the sun was gone because it turned gray again, and more rain came in. But we did have the one day in the 50s. I think it got up to a grand total of 52 here. And the only reason it got that warm, honestly, is because the sun did come out. Let's see. Okay, here's where it's fixing to jump on me. As I'm at the bottom, and all right. Muttnut, you're going to get wet for several days. There's more than just a day's worth of rain coming through. It's going to be wet for several days because this one is, believe it or not, it's being fed from the Atlantic. My winds are out of the east, so it's being fed in from the Atlantic, spiraling, and then slowly moving up east-southeast. So you're going to see a few days of rain. Oh, let's see. Sandy, we had an hour of sunshine today, now back to rain. I've had nothing but rain since Thursday night. Matter of fact, got to see the full moon, and that was about it. Let's see. Tammy Glassnap, Simon, did I miss you or did you sneak in? Let's see. And Fanatics, Travis. Erin Colley, good evening and welcome. Glad to see you're in the house. All right, Debbie said she'd be there but had errands. Okay, well, I hope her errands don't involve Jack again this weekend. She needs to tell him to go on down the road. This is my weekend. Let's see. All right. Well, Anita, no telling how long it's going to last tonight, but if you need to, get you a nap. Travis is here. Thank you, sir. Slinging links as usual. He's already snuck a few in on me. Let's see. Oh, okay. Lurking in the Wings is a stage acronym for behind the curtain. Learn something new once a week. Let's see. Now, it just, the phrase itself did not make sense to me. That's why I had to ask about it, Linda. But thank you for the explanation. Okay. It did a big jump. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Well, Dreamer's Craft Corner, Linda, I got to agree. The snow does have its pitfalls, but usually when it stops falling and the sun does come out, it just makes everything so bright and kind of cheery looking. Don't necessarily want to get out in it for that matter because, slip side and all around, but I do have the capability. She's got her car, which is basically a fair weather car. Whereas when I bought my truck, I bought one with the intention of, yes, we would occasionally see, heavy weather like that, snow. And of course, the first year we were here before I got the truck, it did just that. And I wound up getting pulled home by a backhoe. Of course, I was only 2 blocks from the house. I made it all the way from work, 21 miles away, got within 2 blocks of the house, and couldn't get up the hill because the snow was too loose. And it was deeper than the car had ground clearance. So about that time that morning, it was probably around 9 o'clock in the morning. Sun was out, snow had done quit falling, but we had about 10 inches of snow. Well, Miata's only got about 4 inches of ground clearance, so the math didn't work in its favor. And I did wind up getting the car off the side of the road to where it was out of the way for anybody else that could get through. Oh, and I was just fixing to walk to the house, and here comes a backhoe, literally a backhoe from the city. And he was going through, and since it was a residential area, he's basically just plowing a center lane through the suburb streets. Well, he plowed a lane for me, and then he noticed I couldn't get out into the lane and get the car moving. I was stuck. So he came back, and I always carry some emergency supplies, one of which is a 20-foot tow rope. So he come back for me, and Miatas have a tow hook on the front, so he hooked up to that and literally pulled me onto the house, not 2 blocks away. All total, probably about 800 feet. And then I had to leave the car in the middle of the road and go shovel the driveway to get the car in it. So, interesting morning. But hey, at least it was pretty looking, and it really wasn't that cold. It's just we'd had a lot of snow, and then the sun came out. So let's see. All right, enough gab here. Oh, let's see. Where am I at? Oh, let's see. Sandy, be right back. What nut chips? Jen M, I can't name the last time we had sun here. Not supposed to see it either till next Thursday. Well, Jen, that's us. We had sun Thursday, and according to the weather as of today, we're not supposed to have sunshine again until next Thursday. And even then, it doesn't say sunny. It says partly cloudy, which means we might see a little sun peeking through. And then it's going to be cold and wet again right after it. So, Farmer's Almanac said this region was going to have a wet winter. And so far, yeah, it's turning out to be a wet one. Oh, Billy A, it's been pouring in Washington State for about a week. Well, Billy, isn't that area, especially the Seattle area right there, being a West Coast area where it's at, I mean, y'all get a pretty hefty amount of rain throughout the year. That region's more or less known for wet weather. Oh, let's see. Diamonds and Dew. Tammy, let's see. We've had a snow, sunshine, cool temps, really cold and 48. Let's see. Actually, here, I believe it was 42 when I ran to the store, but it's been raining all day. And of course, wet, and I got a wind coming out of the east. So, Erin Colley, got my order today. Thank you so much. Next, MrE. All right. Well, Erin, I'm glad you're happy with it. Quite honestly, I'll be truthful with you. I do not remember what was sent. Because I have literally been through so many orders. Oh, let's see. Okay, Linda, Dreamer's Craft Corner. I'm not sure what you mean there with the 9. Let's see. Bonnie, Northern Texas. Hi, good evening to you. Oh, let's see. Travis. Oh, let's see. All right. Diamonds and Dew, a.k.a. Lee K. 71 here. Okay. All right. Lee, I don't know where you're at. I'd have to look you up to find out. But 71, send me something here besides rain and gray. Send me some sunshine. So I'm already of the mind with all this water we've had that I am more than ready for spring. Florida. Okay, well, that figures. But then again, you could keep the hurricanes. So I lived through enough of those in New Orleans. So anyway, all right. I think we're at the bottom of the list. Let's see what's going on here. Messages. Okay. All right. No messages. That. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. All right. Don't really see anything going on there. Let's check one place. All right. Got that. Let's see. Okay. Promise I'm not ignoring y'all. Actually was pretty busy most of the day today. And hadn't long been through dinner and had to go get all the printers restarted. Let's see. Okay. 56 at the moment in Southern Oregon. Enjoy it while you can. I know you get cold weather there too. Let's see. And Lee K. Yep, all caught up. Okay. Dreamer's Craft Corner. How's Nyx? Nyx is fine. As a matter of fact, it was just a few minutes ago. She finished setting up the wheels for me tonight, and she closed the whip and got everything ready and checked Patreon and YouTube and all that good stuff. So she got all of it ready while I was finishing up the printers, getting them running again, and getting myself halfway presentable. So I didn't want to get on here looking like a bear. Had to do something with pretty much most of this. I didn't actually shave, but I got a clipper that makes pretty good work of it real quick. But otherwise, she has, she just went towards the bedroom a few minutes ago, and I asked her if she was going to be up diamond painting or go to sleep, and she had not decided. Could be either one. But she has been doing both along with gaming, which I know a lot of y'all got notices, from her lives popping in about her doing the game thing. So she's had some time to do that and enjoy that. Erin, hey, you got the let's see. You got that set of hardcover lids, the Valentine's covers. What'd you think of those? You like them? Be interested in your opinion. So far, you're the only one that's got a set. Let's see. Okay, you joined Patreon after the last live. All right, let me make sure. Let's see. Open. Patreon. Oh. Okay. And she does have you on the wheel, Erin, for the Patreon. So we're good to go there. Let's open. We'll do that. Okay. Oh, let's see. Oh, okay. You're right. I see that. So you got the blue cover, the blue wax minder, and you got the Fairy Lane carousel and the cover and plugs and lids for the P-Rose. So you got that in. I see that. All right. And yeah, your next order is the one that has the Valentine's lids. I see that now. Sorry about that. I looked at it wrong. I thought I'd already shipped it. Oh, let's see. Yep. Okay, I see it. Gotcha. I'm up to clue now. You know, I'm at the point with a lot of these orders where there's been so many that I can't keep track of who's got what. It's like, you know, today I've already gone through probably in the neighborhood of, I want to say 15 orders just today. And I've got that many more. I got that many more that are due for Monday that I'm working on right now as well. So let's see here. We got a problem maker trying to sneak in here. Yeah, she's smiling. She knows I'm talking about her. Popped into the green room. Come on in.
I'm here.
You owe me.
I owe you. Hey, I've been out delivering food to hungry people.
Well, where's mine?
Well, yeah, I could probably send you some in one of those like ice pack things that you send your stuff in.
Please, no more potato chips.
Actually, she asked me like, I didn't know people that weren't Chinese cook Chinese food because I gave her some sweet and sour chicken.
Oh, you're a mess.
I'm always a mess. I gave her like enough for a week, so.
Okay then.
So she's happy. And I'm not Chinese, and I made sweet and sour chicken.
And you don't even sound near Chinese.
I hope not.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Lord of mercy. So what are we talking about?
So far, I've just gone down the list and shot the shit and done the weather and greeted everybody. Let's see.
Did I win anything?
Haven't got there yet.
Oh.
Let's see. Okay. Oh, let's see. Okay, I stopped there at Erin. So, Laurie, I don't get vacations. Thank you, though. I appreciate the thought, but that just don't happen. Oh, let's see. Welcome back, Sandy. We got a bunch of hi Debbies now since you popped in.
Hi, y'all.
You got to do your meet and greets.
Hell yeah. I'm glad you all popped in to say g'day.
Let's see. Okay, well, you're not the only one with Chinese.
You what?
Sandy just said she's had beef with broccoli and fried rice and pot stickers for dinner.
Yum. See? Another one eating Chinese.
Yeah. I had steak nachos tonight.
Steak nachos.
Yep.
I dropped off stuffed peppers, chicken cacciatore, sweet and sour chicken, and chicken soup.
Oh, I had steak nachos, which basically is a restaurant tortilla chip and a queso blend and shaved ribeye.
Shaved ribeye. Is that
So,
what? Isn't there's another name for that, isn't there? Is that like a Philly steak?
oh no, I'm not sure what cut Philly steak is. Oh, I don't think they use ribeye for that.
I'm not sure. I'm not a real beef person. I'm chicken and seafood, not the seafood and eat it kind. The actual seafood from the ocean.
But no, I had that, and she had the actual ribeye dinner. So with her broccoli and mashed potatoes and all that. So,
Well, when I'm not sitting in this chair, I like to cook. So I cook up a storm, freeze it, and then feed the hungry.
we used to cook, kind of like to cook, or at least I did anyway, but don't have the time for it anymore. Well, my oven actually gets used twice a year, Thanksgiving and Christmas.
I was going to say, what, to dry out your socks in wintertime?
That's what the air vents are for.
Oh, okay.
Flip the shoes over on top of the air vents.
I remember winter at home on the wood stove. They haven't got used to dry the socks. That's about it.
Yeah.
Actually, I better plug my phone in.
Yeah, don't you die on me.
Well, I did that to Nyx the other night.
They make cords for such as that.
I know. She keeps telling me she's going to buy me one 100-foot long.
I have bought 10-foot ones and sent to people before.
I'm terrible. I'm chatting away and my phone dies. I'm like, oops.
Yep, I got something.
Well, it's because this whole setup I bought here doesn't have anything. No monitor, no speakers. I had to add speakers, but I didn't get a mic or nothing. So, because I wasn't planning on having to need one, you know.
Okay, let's see here.
Where's Cyndi hiding at? I can't see her.
She's hiding in plain sight.
Well, I can't see her. Why can't I see her?
She's got the link just like you.
She's not in there?
But she's staying in the audience instead, so.
Oh, sneaky, Cyndi.
Trouble in the house.
Cyndi, not Michelle. Where are you?
She's in there though. She got quiet too, even in chat. Oh, let's see. Okay.
She's probably taking a snooze. It's like early hours in the morning, her time, isn't it?
Oh, it's coming up on 2 a.m. her time.
Right.
Yeah, so she's 5 hours. Let's see. Hi, Karen. Welcome. Glad to see you. You didn't miss anything really other than just intros and chit-chat and the weather and me picking on Debbie a little bit.
Which is his favorite hobby these days.
That's my favorite hobby every day. And trust me, as long as I'm picking on you, you're safer.
Right, I know. I know.
She says that she's awake.
Is she eating candy?
I have no clue what she's doing.
She'll scream at me, you watch.
But she says, I'm awake, Debbie, not day. And I think Travis is closer to on par. Maybe this is all a dream, Cyndi. Okay. Jen, I would not be surprised. Anyhow. Oh, let's see. I don't really have anything tonight as far as new stuff here. It's pretty much been just all work of late. Um, this past week and the coming week, quite honestly, have been pretty heavy on the number of orders. So I really hadn't had a lot of time to do anything extra. And
No, we're working on that. Me and Nick's going to have a project for you very soon.
I got a laundry list of projects.
Yeah, but mine's going to the top of the list.
You don't live here.
I might as well.
All right. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and get these wheels going. Let's see. Okay. Of course, it would help if I click right. That. All right. And let's see. Where's it at? Oh, okay. Let's see. Comments. And all right. All right. I've got everything situated now, I believe. So, get the first wheel going here. There we go. All right. This week's whip had 30 participants in it. Okay, is it me or has somebody got an echo?
No, I turned my volume off, so it's not me.
Well, I can hear you just fine. I got nothing else going.
Well, I went in on my computer, but I turned the speaker off, so it shouldn't be doing nothing, right?
I can hear somebody talking somewhere. Doesn't sound like me.
I wonder if it's TV in my background in the other room.
Oh, okay. It's just all of a sudden I was able to hear voices, and it's like, okay, am I getting echo or what?
Oh, well, it was on when I first hopped on, but if you're only just hearing it, maybe it's not me. My husband's deaf, so
quiet.
My husband's deaf. He has it so loud. I can go next door and still hear what's going on the TV.
Okay. Well, as long as I know where it's coming from.
Well, I can go turn it down if it's an issue.
Well, I mean, it's not really that loud. I thought it was just echo from something.
Right. And it was funny because it happened right when I went in on the computer. You said it, but I did turn my speaker off.
I didn't hear anything. Anyhow. All right. This week we had 30 participants for the whip, ending the week of January 27th. On the screen, I have a wheel with the numbers 1 through 30 in order. If anybody wants to eyeball them and make sure there's no skips, duplicates, or anything like that, I see 1 to 30, and that's it. Let's see. All right. Chat, we're good on there. Hey, Brandy, welcome. Good evening to you. Just in time for the wheel. All right. The winner of this week's whip gets a $25 gift card to Day's Dream, compliments of Debbie Day. Oh, let's see here. All right. So, Debbie, can you see my screen all right?
Yes.
All
And
right. I'm going to start shuffling. And I'm not watching. Instead, I'm looking at your mug. If you want to tell me when to stop shuffling.
well, it's not shuffling very fast, unless that's my end of it. But
Well, I'm clicking about 2 times every second.
all right. Well, you can stop it about now. Then I feel.
Okay. Well, I stopped. All right. So,
And the wheel's not stopping. Stop.
no, the wheel won't stop. Not yet. All right. But I was just shuffling the numbers. And of course, they are now shuffled. We've got 9 to 22 alphabet soup. So let's see who this week's winner is going to be.
Yeehaw! Now it's getting going. There you go. Oh. Ooh. 11.
And it is number 19.
Oh, almost 11.
Number 19 is our winner. So let's see who is number 19. And okay. All right. Our winner is Colleen Fisher.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Colleen. Oh, let's see. Oh, all right. Let me get my screen captures done. Okay. Edit. Paste as new image. All right, that's that one. And then I go back and back there, and I do another one. All right. And edit. Paste this new layer. And move it off to the side. All right. And layers, merge, flatten. All right. So that one is done. Okay.
What's this? Anita's gone for a cat nap?
She is either asleep or diamond painting, one of the two.
She says she's going to try and get a cat nap.
No, she's not going to catnap. Let's see. You are talking about Nyx, right?
No, Anita.
Oh, Anita, she's at the hospital.
I know Nyx doesn't catnap.
No, she's
She's
either awake or
she's
passed
either awake or she's asleep, and that's it.
Yeah, no. Okay. All right. And next up, we have next we have the Patreon YouTube wheel. And she just updated this today. Erin, you're included on there as well. Here's the list of all the names on the wheel. If anybody wants to peruse the list and shout out anything that they see extra or missing or whatever the case may be. Oh, let's see. Oh, see. Yeah, Linda, Colleen Fisher won. So, but you're in time for the second one. Oh, let's see. All right. At any rate. Oh, let's see. All right. We're going to do the same thing again, Debbie. I'm going to start shuffling names about 2 clicks per second. And you're going to tell me when to stop.
Mm.
No, not who.
I said, ooh. My name popped up. I wasn't quick enough. If you stop now, I'll let you.
All right. I'm stopped now then. So let's see who wins this one.
Ooh, I'm thinking, ooh, who's going to win this one? Oh, maybe Deb Gossman. She's pretty lucky, you know. Oh, Laurie. No. Oh, almost Laurie. Oh,
And our
Erin.
winner is Erin Colley.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to you, Erin. Let me get my screen capture of this one.
And what did Erin win?
Erin wins a $25 Amazon gift card.
Nice. Oh, I forgot to put my wish list up.
Okay, yeah. We're going to edit, paste this new image. Okay. So that's done. That's done. And we're going to close that. We're going to stop sharing that. That's over with now. The wheels are done. I can close that and bring the evicted one in.
Evicted one.
So,
Hello, chaps. You got evicted, did you?
It's the last Saturday Night Live for me.
No, it's not.
Yeah, Nyx is back.
Yeah, but you can still come along, remember? I'll buy you some candy. I'll buy you some candy if you do.
You're not going to be evicted.
I messaged you.
If anything, hogtied and drug in.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I love you too.
Uh-huh. Hey, I do know some people in Europe that could come. They could come your way and be knocking on that door and say, "Cyndi."
I like you.
Well, I could really make it interesting and tell her to get Reese to get you.
They've become like that then too.
I know. He was waiting on her last night, wanting to play.
Like, oh, Nyx isn't live. What can you do?
No, as a matter of fact, when he didn't waste any time at all. She wasn't even awake. I had just made her tea, and she sat down, and I brought her smoke and her phone to her, and she'd been in there. We sat in the kitchen drinking coffee and all, or tea, and she'd picked up the phone just to see if anybody, had anything urgent, any fires to put out or anything like that. And the very first thing that shows up is a message from him.
Yeah.
And it was kind of cute too, because she was in there for a couple hours, and I was running around getting printers going and whatnot because I just got in from work. And by the time that she finally came in here, he had waved twice and changed the theme in the chat. Trying to get the attention. I couldn't help but laugh about it.
I don't do games, so Nyx is his only friend there.
Yeah.
So she gets all the harassment.
It does not hurt my feelings. That's all right. Okay. At any rate, just a real quick informal announcement. The winners tonight, needless to say, you've got 7 days to reach out and get a hold of Nyx to claim your prizes. So basically just, message her, email her, something along those lines. Say, it's me. Hey, I won whatever it was I won. Here's my email. Reach out, claim your prize. If you got 7 days to do it. If you don't do it by next Saturday, you forfeit your prize.
And then I get it.
Fight for it.
Now, if you forfeit the prize, it goes in my piggy
$5
bank.
gift card to herself.
You get the one to my store and I get the Amazon one.
Then I have some inventory suggestions for your store.
Yeah, candy.
It's damn sure not chips.
No, I mean, like, Cyndi and Michelle, like, they have the same candy we have in Australia. And she's like, by the time I'd finished the list that I wanted, she's like, well, I might as well just open a store, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's probably not a bad idea. I'd shop there.
That's the only bad thing about it is trying to send stuff through customs. One of the trays we sent over there to Cyndi was for Reese, and she had packed it full of candy and what have you. And apparently customs decided that was taboo, and they sent the tray but took the goodies.
Hey, I've got a question about that. Did you write on the package that candy was enclosed?
No.
That's why they took it, because you didn't just declare it.
Well, I know that they're funny about 3 categories mainly as far as shipping at all, and that's food, plants, and animals.
Right.
Any of those 3.
Right.
Now,
right. And if you don't declare something, they'll take it out.
Well, now, I didn't even know there was candy in it.
Well, they did. They sniffed it out and said, well, it's not declared, it's not in there, and the fat buggers ate it.
Well, so I didn't even know she'd put it in there, because when I had my hands on it, all the trays and what have you are already packaged up. I just boxed it up and shipped it. So I couldn't have told you what was in it.
Right. Yeah, well, I've noticed that if you don't declare it, though, regardless of what it is, they will take it out because it's not declared. So,
well,
just for shits and giggles, you need to try it again and write it on there and see if they steal it again or not. Now, I'll be honest, I accuse Cyndi and Michelle of eating it. I sent her a little voice thing and said, you ate it, didn't you?
Well, it was candy, so I mean, I'm sure that, it would be hard to resist.
She told me I had to shut up because her son was believing me and accusing her of eating it too.
Even though he was here when I opened it. I said, I can't see an envelope with your name on it. Turned out it was candy because I didn't know that at the time. Yeah. There you go.
Well, customs are weird. Like, I sent package to Sweden, and I wrote drills like diamond drills, and they went through. It was a case of like all the drills in little bottles, and they were tipping them all over the place trying to find the drills, like drill bits or whatever they hit. But so next time I had to write beads, so they didn't do that. It was a train wreck when she got it. Lucky it was a gift. I didn't have to resend it.
That's okay. You know, I'm in the basically central part of the United States. Okay. Matter of fact, I'm literally 40 minutes from changing time zones. So I had somebody that I was sending a package to in Toronto. Now, Toronto literally, well, honestly, you know where Toronto is. I mean, it's straight north of you, just a few hours away. But I sent one package, and it was a simple package. There's just a few trays.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing I know, it's in Frankfurt, Germany. Well, about the time, you know, and I didn't realize it, but she messaged me saying, "Hey, you know, is the package is lost? What can we do?" So that's when I got to looking. Well, I had just shipped her out another package that morning already, or it was a second order she had. And believe it or not, she got that second order before the other package came back from Frankfurt, and this time went through New York and finally up to Toronto.
How do they get that out of that?
So now usually when I send stuff to Canada or Toronto, you know, that region, usually it goes through customs in Chicago.
Right.
Okay, and they're the ones that are always giving me grief.
Oh, Chicago will hold packages for weeks.
Yeah, I know. But this one in particular actually went through New York. Now, tracking it, it went from here to a few, you know, relay stations here in the States. Eventually went to New York to JFK and customs there. And then went from there to Frankfurt and suddenly showed up 2 days later.
Hmm.
And then over in Frankfurt, they're the ones that put it on the tracking that the package had been misrouted and sent it back to the States. So, you know, it made it through like 4 locations before anybody caught it.
Wow. Yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah. What's really annoying, you know, is the people you're sending to, then they get upset and, you know, they're wanting to know what's going on. And like, we've got any control over it. We don't.
No. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I've been screamed at for the same thing. It's like, whoa, what can I do? Like, I'd like to scream back, but it's not polite. So
let's see. Well, Erin, it must be your lucky night. You better hurry up with that lottery ticket. Because I know here there's almost about an hour left before we could get them. Scott, that does not surprise me. Actually, I sent one out your way. It's been about a year ago now, but they overshot the destination. It went to Hawaii and then came back to California. So with the shipping services, it's been potluck. It's
cheaper. They told me, like, I had a huge order coming from China. It landed in New York. I'm in PA. I watched it travel to California and come back again. And they told me, but it was cheaper that way.
I had to go an extra 3,000 miles was cheaper.
Yeah, well, that particular truck it got put on, it was cheaper for them to I came down in the last rain shower too. So Yeah,
Uh,
that really annoyed me because I watched it for 2 weeks. It's had seen more of America than I have.
yeah. I'd like to have that person's calculator, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, what was it like 6,000 round trip, right?
Yeah, the mileage wise, easily.
I mean, I live like 2 miles from Interstate 80, and they went past here on Interstate 80 and took it to California.
Yeah, I have seen things like that happen, and it's like, damn, if I'd have just been out there in time to flag them down, I could have.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, you got something for me? I'm right here.
Yeah, run out and get hit by a truck, and they might notice you, right? If they run you over, they might notice you.
They wouldn't notice me unless they backed up over me again.
But they wonder, this is why shipping prices keep going up, because of their mistakes is what's costing us.
Well, I don't know. I've been fighting with UPS now since last October at work. 'Cause last October, our account with them got compromised.
Oh.
Yeah, somebody was able to get into the account. I still don't know how they did it, but it started off with 9 shipments from Vietnam to Houston, Texas.
Whoa.
Yeah, one of the shipments was 20 pounds of lobster.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's luxury, right? I wish I knew them. I could have had some of that lobster.
Well, we didn't know anything. It was a Friday, and all of a sudden I get an email about our package being delivered.
Wow.
That don't look like our location or our package, and we didn't get nothing like that here. So I got to looking, and this was Friday afternoon, and to look at it, it looked like just a bad email.
Right.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, Monday morning, I found out it wasn't bad. Instead, I got a $9,000 invoice from.
Oh my God! I was gonna say it'd be high dollar to get 20 kilo, pound, whatever of lobster from where? Vietnam to here. Whoa.
9 shipments from Vietnam to Houston, Texas, and they sent me a $9,800 bill.
Wow.
Needless to say, we did not pay it.
Yeah, right.
Okay, but whoever this person was in Houston, they acted like a little mini distribution center because they used our account and they sent stuff all over the country from Houston.
Wow.
Now, within a week's time, they racked up over $16,000 in charges on our account. And I'm still getting package notices. I got one Friday. Somebody shipped. I forgot where the destination was now, but we wound up with it because apparently UPS couldn't deliver it. So they stuck a return label on there for us and sent it back to us. Got the box Friday. And now this tracking number, I can't find it on our account anywhere. So I don't know how they're doing this. But
well, you think the red flag would have been because your deliveries are pretty much always the same address, right? And that wasn't a red flag the first time it happened.
We use their what's called the ARS system. It's authorized return service.
Right.
If you ever get, if you call up a company and you want to send something back and they send you a label, if you look on that label up on the top right of it, it'll say RS in big bold letters.
Right.
Well, that is a return service label. It's not supposed to be able to be modified. Okay, but that's what they were doing. If somehow or another these people were creating return service labels, but yet it would have their shipping address and the address of whoever they were actually sending to instead of coming to us.
Kind of makes you wonder if it's not somebody on the inside, right?
Don't know. UPS never would come off and say how they were actually doing this. But I had a box show up yesterday at work with 4 labels on it, one of which was this return label because it was declared undeliverable. And believe it or not, it had 3 6-packs of Canada Dry ginger ale in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, who ships that?
I don't know.
You buy that in any store, can't you?
Yep. It cost, well, it didn't cost them nothing to ship it because they put it on our piggy bank. But, you know.
For the shipping you'd pay, but that's just ridiculous even shipping something like that. That's just playing around. Like, it seems like they're just playing around with the account, right?
That's it. I don't know how they're doing this. The only clue that I've had was the fact that they are doing it through the internet because there's a different, what they call web ID that is appearing up on our account.
Right.
All of these packages have been by this other web ID.
Well, sounds like they need to make you a whole new account, right?
But, well, that's what we're fixing to tell them to do. We told them we wanted to do it in the first place, and they said, no, we'll get this under control. Don't worry about it. You know, it'll get fixed and took care of and all that. Well, this has been going on since October.
Yeah, no, that's gone too far.
And it's still going on. So after we got this package in Friday, I sent our rep an email, said, look, no, this is too much. This is too long. It's taking too much of my time to deal with it.
Can I have that web ID? Because I wouldn't mind some lobster. I don't want the dry ginger ale. I'd rather get whiskey if I'm going to rob somebody's shipping.
I tracked a few of them down. One of them was a cell phone store. Oh, you know, not a cell phone retailer, you know, like T-Mobile or anything like that. This was like where you'd go buy used phones and repaired and stuff. So yeah, it was in California. I don't remember the city, but I do know it was sitting in front of a Staples. Then there was another one that sat in the same area as a Sam's Club, but it was a nail salon.
Oh my God! Well, I had just two little repetitive ones on one of my credit cards, and it was I phoned the bank. They gave me the number for this furniture store or whatever it was, and I rang him. The man, he got quite irate with me, and I was trying to explain to him, like, I'm not accusing you, but like whoever's doing this is using your actual phone number because that's the phone number they went through with the bank. But there was 2 numbers. When they gave me the second one, I rang, and it was a foreigner answered, and he said, I told him, he goes, what's your credit card number? I said, well, you should know that. You already hacked into it. And he hung up on me. So he was guilty. So, yeah. But the dude at the furniture company, the woman in the background is going, is that the same lady that called last week? And I said, no, she's not the same. So I guess they got used quite a few times as the person that was making these purchases, and they weren't. So somehow they're doing that. They're setting it up where this company's doing it and they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when you ask them, they hang up. What's your credit card number? Well, you already know that. You hit it. Gone. So luckily they were just small ones, but it's a worry. Now $16,000, that's getting out of hand right there.
Yeah, well, the bad thing is it's technically still going on because there's a lot of UPS's operation that's automated.
Yeah.
And somehow or another, the way these labels were all created, it didn't provide all the information. So I get these ancillary charges on their adjustments from UPS. Missing PLD, something like that, and that's $3.85 a pop, and there'll be 10 or 20 of them on there.
Right.
And then there's another one that keeps popping up. It'll be packages delivered but not billed and stuff like that. So then they'll charge anywhere from 20 something to 60 something for delivering a package that obviously went to somebody else's front porch.
Damn.
So, but most of it here lately this month has all been older activity. that the automation keeps billing for. And I just keep submitting, adjustments to them for them to take off of our account. And we've been doing it that way. But then this one that showed up Friday, that one's fresh.
Yeah.
It just happened Wednesday.
Right. So like you said, that's it. It's time to make a new account, right?
Yeah. All right. So I got somebody up between my feet.
Uh-oh, which one is it?
Oh, I can't tell. I hear them, but I don't see them.
They crack me up when you hear them. You hear all these weird. First time I heard, I'm like, Nyx, what's that weird noise? And she said it's the babies moving around on the floor, clicking around on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like almost like when you watch a horror movie and you hear all these weird, creepy sounds.
Just waiting for it to be.
Yeah, like something coming through the screen at you. And that's what she said. No, it's them moving around, and I never thought of it. Now I'm used to it, but first time I was like, ooh, waiting for to come up over a shoulder or something, right? Like that show where they don't watch it on the TV and it comes out and gets you. There we go. Oh, that's the young one, the mischief maker?
Yes, it is. This is Rocket.
Rocket, that's it. I got to be careful because I accidentally called them weasels one time and got busted for it.
Oh, yeah. Somebody would get upset.
Yeah, I got chewed out for that one. I'm like, oh, look what that weasel's doing. I mean ferret.
Oh.
Yep. I've never called them that ever again. I watched them one night. Nyx got up and as soon as she left, like she went to go do something, and it got hit this one here. No, it wasn't that one. It was the girl one. What's her name?
Ellie, the white one.
Ellie, yeah, she got up and she done over Nyx's chair, jumped on his chair, and just like totally run him up. Like as soon as she left the room, it was like she like a naughty kid, you know.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, I'm yelling out, oh, look at this ferret's doing.
Yeah, what kills me is
getting in everything.
What kills me is my chair stays kind of towards the back of the room where the door is. And if I get up and leave, I have to push the chair in the middle to where if she gets in the chair, she can't jump to and get on anything and cause all kinds of destruction.
Yeah.
I always wondered why you did that. Whenever you leave the room, you deliberately move your chair, and I never thought to ask.
Because if I don't, she will not waste any time. As soon as I walk out the door, she will get up, get the chair, and use it to launch herself in a direction to where she can get on something else and get into shit.
Yeah.
Okay. But what kills me, she'll go ahead and she'll get up in my chair. All right. And then I can be coming back down the hall and I can see my chair and she'll be sitting there in the chair watching, waiting on me. And next thing you know, she's sitting there like a little prima donna and got her paws crossed like this, like waiting on me. Like, I'm here, come pay attention to me. She's looking dead at me like that. And that's when I tell her she's a spoilt rat.
Yeah, rat, right. See, I heard her Nyx call them rats too, but I'm not allowed to call them weasels.
Well, there's a difference. What? What are you back again? You done had your 5 minutes, what have you?
And the other one, is it Rocket that's eating the pads? Chewing them up.
Oh, he shreds them.
Yeah, and they're not cheap, are they?
No, they're not. But he'll get underneath the pad. We're on the paper side of it. And he starts digging and he digs all that padding, the layers out. And next thing you know, it has snowed over there in the corner, along with everything that was on the pad that he dumped.
I was watching him do that once. He's trying to get underneath it, and I was waiting for him to run off with it on his back.
Right. That would have been funny. Eh?
Yeah.
It's like, oops, lucky nobody used it. That'd be a train wreck right there.
Let's see.
They're very mischievous. I've seen that.
Let's see. All right, Scott, I don't even answer my phone unless you're in my phone. So unknown calls don't get answered to.
Yeah, that's same as
It's
me. If I
important
don't,
enough.
yeah. Well, actually, my phone jumps on and calls them spam. I'm like, yeah.
Well, mine used to do that, but then I got on too because it labeled Nyx as a spammer. It didn't go over so well.
Oh man, I bet that went over well.
She kept trying to call me, and the call would never come through. And I'm like, the phone's on, the sound's on. I don't know what's going on. And she said right here and call me, and had my phone out, and I'm looking dead at it, and it didn't even light up, nothing. And all of a sudden, she got disconnected.
Oh.
So I started digging around, and some kind of automatic spam filter thing intercepted her call and labeled her a spammer. So I had to find that and turn it off.
You all the time. I'm going to call him at work. I'm like, leave him. Like, there's no urgency. Just leave him.
No,
I'll have to stir her up too and tell her, nah, he did that intentionally. He said it like that.
Yeah, no, I hear you. But no, she does not call me that often. So.
I know, yeah, I was going to say, she's done it a couple of times. We've got on the phone and we've come up with these brilliant ideas, and she's like, I'll call him right now at work. I'm like, no, yeah, do it. Why not? Give him something more to think about, like he hasn't got enough already.
There's only one thing I have to think about, Debbie, and I'm preoccupied for life.
Are you talking sign language, or have I lost my volume?
I said there's only one thing I had to think about, and I'm preoccupied for life. Did you hear that?
Yeah. But then you went. But now you've gone quiet again. He's lip syncing to nothing.
I'm waiting for the light bulb.
I don't have a light bulb tonight. It's wore out.
I see it.
I can't even think straight. I'm like, I'll do the sleeping trick.
Uh-huh.
Him and Nyx have seen that before.
You gonna paint little eyeballs on your glasses?
Yeah, actually, that's what I should have done, right? Last one I did. One time she was talking to me and I passed out and I'm glad she hung up, because then I fell out of my chair, picked myself up and went off. First thing I did was look, and I'm like, oh yeah, she's gone. She didn't see that.
Well, Travis is saying to plug your light bulb in, so.
No, I'm in another dimension tonight, Travis. Sorry.
Let's see.
He's doing it again, trying to get my light bulb to click, and it's not. I'm sorry.
All right. Let's see.
It's in another planet. Cyndi, your light bulb hasn't clicked either, has it? See, she's lost too. She's looking at me, and I'm looking at her. We're like.
Angel Lee Rose. Good morning, everybody. All right. Well,
when I get my little critter out and call him Mr. E.
let's see. All right. So who's got what? I'm supposed to give you a message.
Me?
You about having your frogs ready for next weekend.
My frogs is ready.
So you're froggy?
Yeah, I'm froggy. Well, I didn't realise Froggy had already been done. And I'm like, been sitting on it for weeks. And she said she'd already did him. And I'm like, oh, I must have missed that. Because I thought she got it after she went on vacay.
I don't know when she got it, but yeah, she pointed it out this evening and said to tell you to make sure you was ready for next weekend.
Right. Okay. Right.
It's before because I saw it on the side of her table.
Yeah.
Before she went on vacay. Pretty sure it was.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I guess maybe she showed it the week before she went on vacay because we were talking about it the other day, and I said no. I said I won't list it till you show it, and she's like, I already did, and I said, well, I missed that. But
yeah, she did it on Saturday Night Live, didn't she?
Actually, come to think of it, I think now that I think about it, see, I'm old and dotty, and my memory's just gone. But I think now because we named it Nyx because everything I called it she didn't like. I said, well, fine, we'll call it Nyx because it reminds me of you anyway. So
yeah.
And she liked that. She's like, because I called it Nifty or something. Why'd you call it that? So, all right, we'll call it Nyx.
That's all right. I found something last night and sent to her. Oh, let's see if I can find it on here. Let's see.
You remind me of like when you watch them shows when them dudes like got two people acting as one, like them arms reaching up behind their head and all sorts of stuff. That's what it reminds me of with you, with your screen.
Okay. You talking about because of the arm?
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to come around and spoon feed you or something, you know, like those dudes do. Yeah, you know, you see one sitting there and the other dude's like got his arms going there. I'm waiting for him to do that.
Well, I could always do that.
There you go. Oh my God, his arms fell off. He's armless.
See, they're still here. Got them both.
But I've got to look twice. I'm like, oh, yeah, I see what's going on. But I was waiting for it to come around and spoon feed him or slap him or something like that. And look, there you go. Hey, I seen that. I did. I seen that. That was a secret message.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see.
Can you remember what you were doing? Because I can't.
Actually, yeah. And let's see. I found a guy last night who was late, and he's actually another Etsy seller. But of course, you know, I had to show it to her because of what it says and what she's always saying.
Oh, so you weren't like stirring her up or putting fuel on the fire or nothing?
Oh, hell no. I don't make that mistake.
If you did, you wouldn't do it twice, right?
But, you know, she's got this thing about wearing hats and all. And plus, he's got other stuff, but he does a lot of hats.
Oh.
Okay. But, okay.
Yeah. Because I remember when she kept trying to get me to come on her live, I'm like, no, not till I got a hat like yours.
Well, take a look at this one.
I want a hat.
Can you see that one?
ADHD? Oh, my goodness. They ripped that off from AC/DC.
Right. ADHD, highway to, hey, look, a squirrel.
Oh, my goodness. That's a good one, isn't it?
But, yeah, he's apparently got quite a few different hats and stuff like that.
Tell me again about the rabbits, George. That's pretty nifty, that actually.
I got to find his shop. I found the hat, but I got lucky on that. All right. I want to find his shop, though. The homepage of his shop.
So he sells like other, not just hats, right?
Now he's got other stuff, and he does a lot of hats. Oh, let's see.
Well, now I'm going to have AC/DC Highway to Hell on my brain all night.
Oh, look, squirrel.
I'll probably convert it without even realizing.
Well, the whole thing started off the other day where I found this guy. He tried to do some type of Kickstarter.
Oh.
And it was a chrome-plated squirrel.
Everybody needs one of those.
Well, the whole thing was about, people with ADHD.
Right.
And apparently the squirrel thing is common.
Yeah.
But that's what his Kickstarter was to mass produce these chrome-plated squirrels. Well, that was apparently 2 years ago.
Oh.
And at the time, it didn't fly. So
right.
His Kickstarter didn't go nowhere.
Right. Yeah, because they don't usually last that long, do they, the Kickstarters?
Hey, Debbie, this is all your fault. No,
Why is
Cyndi Michelle. This one's all your fault.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Rocket heard you. Yes, he is over here under the pad as we speak. Be right back. Come here, you rat.
Oh, wait, we'll get out of there. Yeah, I'm glad you corrected that to Cyndi, not Michelle. Not me. I'm innocent.
What? Why not I do?
Yeah, he heard you saying, "Can I get under that mat, Rocket?" Hear him sighing?
Yeah, I sit do it.
It's all her. It's all her. She planted the idea.
You're a good boy.
Oh, he's a good boy, Rocket. Say, look, his hand looks like he's got to punch himself in the back of the head now. He's all stirred up now. Look at him. Oh, he's crazy. My friend's got this dog she got it from these other people and they never took it to the vet. So we don't know what's wrong, but it's got some weird stuff going on. And it just leans sideways and just topples over and stuff like that. But she's just crazy like these ferrets, not weasels.
Ferrets, not weasels.
Yeah, have to correct myself. Ferrets, not weasels. Don't let Nyx watch this live.
Hey, cut that out. Cut that out. Now he's being a pain.
Yep. He's up for the night. He's on Nyx's time clock, right?
He's
I
the
almost
fun
wish
one.
he was. Hey, your mother's asleep. Go to bed.
Yeah, right.
Yes, I'm talking to you.
He's up. I want munchies. What do they eat for munchies anyway?
Oh, they just eat their kibble.
Oh, okay.
That, and they have what's called a duck soup. That's their breakfast in the morning.
Duck soup.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
So it's not actually duck like you're thinking.
No, I was thinking there's a catch to it, like you got a duck to eat it or something. Head down and duck up. Oh no, that's head down and ass up, isn't it? Yeah. That's I know there's got to be a catch to it.
Let's see.
Might be like Chinese soup. They call soup duck soup, and there's no meat in it at all. It's just wontons floating around.
That's what they eat.
Duck soup. So why did Cyndi get nicknamed Evicted One anyway?
I don't know. I don't know.
I did it. I put my own name in it.
It was her creativity.
Ah, so she evicted herself.
Yeah.
This is my last Saturday Night Live.
No, it ain't.
Oh, Uncle Sim's original duck. Oh, it's spelt. Yeah, that's weird. Huh. Wonder why they call it that.
Oh, I don't know. There's no duck in it, that's for sure. Rocket?
No, well, it's not even spelt like duck spelt, right? It's duck. It's like duck. It's like Cyndi would say, it's a duck.
I think he's trying to dig to China back there.
He's back at that mat again. Where's the fly swat?
Well, he's trying to dig through the floor now.
He heard the word China and he's trying to dig to China, right?
Good boy.
Yeah. Cindy's encouraging him, like, yeah, go.
If they always call him naughty, I always say he's a good boy.
Go Rocket. We're cheering for you, dude.
It's so close. It's nearly on your back.
Yo, cut that out.
Hey, we can see your plumber's crack. Be careful.
No, you can't.
We almost did. Mm-mm.
Okay.
Got him sorted? Did you put him in lockup?
No, I found a toy and got him. I squirreled him.
Screwed him, right? Yeah.
You know, it's focused on one thing where you find something to change his point of focus. So
Right.
here's the squirrel thing.
Squirreled him. Squirreled him.
Yeah, I squirreled him.
Well, I've seen you all do that with them. Like, you get their hurl all their toys all over the place. It's like a mad dash.
But of course, he's still back there trying to dig. So he's
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like he is.
Yeah.
He might find gold if he keeps digging.
I can tell you now, there's none in the crawl space of this house, and that's the only place he's headed.
Oh, your house is like mine. It was built in the 50s. You never know what's in the crawl space.
I've been under this one several times, so I know what's under there.
I don't think we have one, to be honest. Probably not.
Well, since you've got a basement, I'd say no.
Right. Well, there is a crawl space under the basement because critters come up in there.
Okay. I've never seen a house that had a basement and a crawl space.
No. We had a weird hole just come up, and it had like, I mean, if it wasn't concrete, it was just crazy because it looked like a critter had dug underneath. And I remember taking photos and posting it on this like site, and all the men were just all over it, like I was a nut and whatever, and this and that. And I'm like, dudes, I wouldn't be questioning it if it didn't have a mound of dirt, like something came out of the hole, not the hole went down. I ended up leaving. And I was asking for like advice on what they think it could be that would go through concrete like that. Instead of getting common sense answers, I just got treated like an idiot. And this girl came in and said she had the same thing, but hers was in their garage, not the basement. So, and the same issue, like she said, it was dirt holed up like a mole's hole, you know, when they come up. and the
Yeah.
dirt's piled on the outside. Because they're like, oh, yeah, it's an old hole that's just fell through. And I said, which would make sense if it didn't have a mound of dirt on the basement floor, like, you know, like something ate its way through concrete and came up.
That's what I'm wondering is, okay, you know, something coming up is one thing, but I've never seen a mole or any other critter that size that could burrow through concrete.
Exactly. And that was why I posted this on this home advice site, like whatever. And they just took piss out of me. So I told them in my Australian lovely way where they could go, and I left. So few pretty words in there and gone. But it was kind of interesting that the other girl, this lady come in and said she had the same issue, but hers was in the garage, not the basement. And I left her to get picked on and departed.
I'd still be interested to find out what it was.
I filled it with glue. I had a cup over at Wake, and every day I'd go check, see if anything came out of that hole. Mike said I was going a little bit crazy, but I'm like, no, something's come in, not gone out of that hole in the concrete.
Okay, but on the dirt mound around it, was there any kind of tracks or marks?
No. But you know what? I've got a rug over it. Like, I pulled the rug back to do something, and that's when I found it. Like, because I put a rug down that end of the basement, and there's like chew marks on the back of the rug where something had tried to chew the back of the rug.
So it chewed through concrete, but not a rug.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's one of those weird circumstances where, yeah, I got ridiculed instead of getting answers. So I'm supposed to be in the nut house right now. But it was like, really, because it was, what the heck is going on was all I could think. And I called Mike and I'm like, you tell me, look at this. Like maybe what happened was like it was a weak spot that caved in and something came up through there or something. I don't know, but it was really weird. Really, really weird. So I filled it full of glue and diamond drills that I didn't need. It looks pretty now. But yeah, I don't know.
So this is the house there that you're in now?
Yeah, yeah.
I thought you meant another house that you'd had.
No, this one, and it's just weird. Like, I'd understand if, like, maybe something had been there originally. So maybe that's what happened. Maybe the hole just came back and something came up the hole. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the only thing I can think of that's common in houses, especially in that region, that they would have a hole in the basement would be if it was for the sump pump.
Right. No, our sump pump's totally down the other end. So, yeah.
Could it be an old sump pump location?
I wouldn't think so, because the weird thing was the hole that ended up in there didn't just go straight down. It went off on an angle and looked just like a burrow. That was the crazy thing. Really weird. Really weird. And like they had it, like I said, online, there was like, you could post things and people would come in and help you figure it out. But yeah, they all just came in and carried on like a bunch of savages. So I didn't get anywhere.
Yeah, people tend to want to be assholes.
Yeah, especially male people. They're good at.
I don't think there's any bias on that anymore.
No, it was. Yeah, I gave up. I don't know. Mike said it bothered me. It was one of those. It wasn't important, but I just would like to have known what was going on. That's all.
Well, the only thing that I would be curious, you had the dirt piled up around it like something came up.
Yeah, exactly. That's what.
But
yeah.
I'm saying, all right, was the concrete smooth, like the hole was cut, or intentional, or was the?
No, it was rough. No, it was rough. Rough.
So, but even then, I would really have second thoughts about thinking about an animal that could come through concrete.
Yeah, no, that's why the only thing I can think of is if it was a weak spot and maybe, you know, it did cave in or something, and then the critter decided, well, that's interesting, I'll come up there somehow. I don't know.
Well, that's why I was thinking maybe it was an old pump, a hole for a sump pump, because
right.
They pour those smooth, but they only go down just so far, just enough, for
Right.
the pump to sit in to suck water up and push out.
Right. Well, ours looks like the sump pump here looks pretty old, like it's probably always been. But I mean, there's only 2 of us on this whole street that have got sump pumps, so I don't know how the others survive, because this thing works flat out. It's so wet around here underneath. I don't know how the other places aren't rotten to the ground.
Well, back then it wasn't a common practice to seal the foundations.
Right.
Now they put gravel pits and everything around the perimeter, and then they seal the blocking, or concrete if it's poured concrete, or if it's central block, they seal that. They usually embed some kind of a drain line too.
Our sump pump works flat out. I mean, you see it running out on the street. Ours and the dude down the road are the 2 that just. As I said to Mike, who would think there'd be that much water in the ground all the time? Even in summertime, you hear it pumping away.
Yeah.
But then somebody told us there's an underground spring, like in our backyard there, like runs down the back of all our properties.
Oh, I see it.
And that's why we got that big tree. That's what they say. We got a huge, big, I think, maple tree in the backyard. And that's what the dude over the back said. That tree's been a blessing because it's helping keep everything like stabilized back there. So Mike told him he was going to cut it down.
Yeah.
Because our neighbor's a dick. So. Yeah,
no, the tree roots help keep the ground from shifting.
Yeah, but these roots, we wouldn't cut it down. The tree's huge, but you know how it is, like the roots are so big that like they're out of the ground and growing across the lawn, and they're a pain in the butt when it's mow time and all that. And of course, everybody else has like got their yards built up where they run off into our yard. So
bring some dirt in and raise the level of your yard and cover the roots.
Oh, we have been. Yeah, we have been. Otherwise, it's just going to end up the whole house will wash down the damn road.
Yeah, it's common practice to raise the level of the yard and taper the runoff to like the fence line or something.
Yeah, like back to their properties.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the poor lady below us cops it even worse.
Used to, they would have a central, where the back of 2 properties meet, they would usually have some type of drainage line underground there, and grates every so far for it to run into. So
yeah, I guess that's what they're lacking around here. Yeah.
I know. We had that when I was a kid in Virginia, but we relied more on the slope of the yard for runoff than anything else. And as long as it ran away from the house, you were fine.
Yeah, well, like Mike said, we'd have to, be careful, because if we're doing this, poor lady here is copping enough. If we get carried away, she's going to cop even more. So she's downhill from us. So it's a worry. We'll all need a boat one day. I think he's going to town, isn't he?
Who?
I can hear him digging away there.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he ain't stopped.
It's all Cyndi Michelle's fault.
Good boy.
Yeah, I hear you hiding behind that shade.
So that's just his claws on the ground?
On linoleum, yeah.
Right. I guess it's echoing because of the...
Well, the green screen should actually be blocking part of it because he's on the other side.
Huh.
But
it sounds like somebody with a pair of hedge clippers.
plus, too, we literally just, well, it was about 7 o'clock. It's 10 now, but it's 7 o'clock this evening. We trimmed their nails.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he just got his nails trimmed, too.
He's testing them out. Like, yeah, they still work. I'm good.
Well, we were sitting here eating, and Ellie, the little white one, she got hung up trying to get out of the hammock. One of her nails got hung in the fabric. So, and, you know, they were due anyway. We do them every 2 weeks. So we went ahead, since she got hung, we went ahead and just trimmed her nails. And, yeah, he's finally quit. Now he's going, he must have wore himself out because now he's going into one of the hammocks.
He's going to have a rest now. He's going to lay back. He's like, bring me a margarita, please.
Well, he's either going to lay down and go to sleep, or he's trying to wake somebody else up because he's bored and won't play.
Yeah. Well, they're all a lot older than him, aren't they?
Yeah.
So do they fuss when you cut their nails?
No,
They don't mind it?
Don't give them a choice.
Well, I mean, like, they just lay there and let you do it, or you got to get them in a headlock?
No, I scruff them like a cat.
Oh, okay.
I scruff them like a cat, and then it paralyzes them.
So, yeah, they obviously, they would fight you if you didn't do that. I have to use a nail file on our chihuahua, otherwise she thinks she's dying.
We had a yellow lab one time, and we tried one of those rotary
Oh, yeah.
file things. That was the biggest mistake. Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
He turned it on. At first, he was curious when I was holding it. And he was funny about his nails anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, dealing with a dog that's around 100 pounds.
Yeah.
So when I turned it on, it was like, oh, hell no, this ain't happening.
Yeah, we tried that too. Didn't work. It really wasn't that powerful either.
No, this was one of the, I call them junk impulse items.
Yeah.
You know, up by Walmart checkout or something like that, or
yeah,
as seen on TV kind of things.
You know? That's what I did. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good idea, but
yeah, it was a good idea for them to make a few dollars off of me.
That's about it, because it's not something you're going to bother to send back, is it? So.
Yep. No. So.
Yeah.
All right. So what's going on with you? Anything going on this side?
With me? No, not really. I've been finally packed away 800 pounds of drills. Oh. It's like, I didn't realise what a job that was going to be, and today I finished it, so I'm happy about that. But in between, I've been trying to make some new kits, and then printing out kits for others and whatnot. So yeah, but I've got a few kits on the go. I just got to check for square drills, because I know I've got plenty of rounds, but squares is the issue now. And I was hoping I would have had 1 or 2 for tonight, but then I had to go off and do other stuff that I hadn't planned, like deliver food and stuff. So that absorbed my day, and I slept yesterday. I was hoping Cyndi Michelle had something new to show us. Right, what's Travis been up to? Has he made any new ones like that one I really like? I'm going to get that one though. Can't remember what it's called. I can never remember what it's called. Are you emailing?
No, big mischievous.
That's where that rocket gets it from.
Actually, I'm waiting on Cyndi Michelle to notice what I did.
Oh.
So she's hiding behind that.
And she's evicted herself again. She's hiding behind there eating candy, I think.
Reread it.
She's gone. She disappeared.
Oh, I know, but you know her name and headline is still there. Take a look.
Invited one.
That's Debbie's.
Welcome to my basement, right?
I didn't know.
I'm now invited and here every Saturday.
Right? Yeah.
I didn't know I could do that from this end.
Every Saturday night live for me.
Oh my gosh.
That's okay. Let's see.
And that's it now. I wonder if I can do that too.
That's what I was going to do on yours.
Welcome to my basement. I'm not chained and shackled, just for the record.
No, I've done changed it again.
I actually had a lady that lives local. She messaged me and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to take you to my basement. And she's like, oh. And it was kind of like, yeah, that did come across creepy, right? I had to end up, well, she kind of disappeared, so I had to contact her and say, that's not like how it's sounded. I'm not really a man in disguise or anything. And it is an innocent trip to the basement.
Just tell her, look, I'm not a serial killer, I promise.
Yeah. Well, needless to say, when she decided she would come to the house, she brought her sister and all her sister's kids and a whole bunch of them, like she really wasn't sure. And they really didn't want to come inside. Like, so I have to be careful how I invite people to my basement.
Okay. Wow.
Melissa, she said she's going to fly out and do drills for me. Nice try, right?
Okay. One in the first picture. All right.
What's he fiddling? He's changing that stuff again. What's he calling you now? He took it down before you seen it. You should have seen what he wrote.
Yeah, basement. I saw it.
No, yours. I'm talking about. You missed
I haven't changed hers but once.
Oh, I just seen it. It flashed through. It said he wrote, Cindy's an old bag.
Yeah. Yeah. Stir that pot. No. Might be mischievous, but I'm not destructive.
I'll just go next.
Just let's talk about candy. I know. I've given poor Cyndi a hard time for 2 weeks about that candy. Did you give your son that message I sent?
Yeah, he was here.
Good. You made me feel guilty when even my son believes you.
He was like, I didn't eat it. I didn't get it. Oh no, you're gonna go sulking in your room. That's a shame. Bye-bye.
So what was it? Was he hoping like for Butterfingers or Reese Cups or? I mean, I guess there's candy over here that you don't get, right?
Yeah.
And I'm the opposite. I want the candy that you get. I want violet crumbles and Turkish delight.
I love English toffee.
Yeah, right.
But to me, here in the States, there's really not a decent English toffee.
Nope. And that's what I was telling Cyndi Michelle, because a lot of their candy is the same as ours. And I'm like, I miss Maltesers and I miss Turkish delight. Maltesers.
Oh, God. You're killing me.
Well, the Whoppers here just don't compare.
No, they're not. Oh, I haven't seen Maltesers since I was a kid.
Oh, you know what? There's a store in Salt Lake City. The dude is actually African, but he stocks food from Africa, Britain, and Australia. Oh, I used to go there and load up.
Well, I'm not driving to Salt Lake, so.
Yeah, I actually, when I was leaving, he said, "Yeah, call me and we can do orders for you and send and ship them to you." But he was making meat pies too. He was making meat pies, and they actually tasted just like meat pies from Australia. They were good. And then I found another company that does them too. And then I do order online. I'll have to send you some to add to your bellies, because you know what? A belly is attractive. Remember, I sent you that thing.
Yeah, that thing is right.
Yeah, see, that was for your self-confidence. I couldn't resist when I was saying that. I'm like,
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
I thought it was kind of cute, actually.
Well, pictures like that, I want to be in the poorhouse.
Yeah, well, you don't look nothing like that dude. I'm not saying you do, but just if you happen to get that big, just don't worry about it, see? We just got to train the women of this country to be like the women of that country and see it through their eyes.
You know, you're saying that, and the whole time I'm sitting here thinking, yeah, she's talked to my wife a lot. Yeah, train her. Good luck with that. Ain't gonna happen.
And that's all right. Hey, you want to be like my old man. One time he got a little bit of a belly. They were calling him a pregnant toothpick. Poor old soul. And Nyx has nothing to do with this. She's told me nothing.
Yeah.
I'm pleading her innocence.
There's not an innocent bone in her body.
It was Cyndi Michelle. Nyx told her, and Cyndi Michelle told me. What are you doing? What are you doing smoking on her thingy-majiggy? I forget what they call them.
Right.
I think I told him that because I never see him do that one time before he did it. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know you did that. Because it's not very often, right? Not very often at all.
Mm.
Are you not talking to me now?
He's upset. You upset him.
No, he's not talking to me. He hates me.
I don't hate you. I don't hate you at all.
No, I know what he's doing. He's cooking up something good in return, which I'm surprised I haven't already received. I did save that one I sent you beside my toilet paper one in the files, just for the record. That's where we keep tabs, right? One for him, one for me.
That other box that came the other day was another chip box, and you were the first thing that came out of my mouth as far as, damn it. Because when I first got the box and saw Frito-Lay on the side of it, I'm thinking, Debbie, damn it. Luckily, it was full of stuff for her instead of chips.
Right, and it's still the same box that I sent the first time. And then she sent it back, and then I sent it back. I think it's done about. I told her I named it instead of the traveling pants or whatever. It's the traveling box. What's that called? The Sisters of the. What's that called?
I got no clue.
Well, I'm looking at this one, and she's busy like doing something else.
Don't mean traveling box. I don't know.
No, the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants or something like that. It was called. I bet you somebody in the audience will tell us that. Help. But I told Nyx we're going to call it that instead of the pants. It's the box, and we'll just keep using it, and we have done actually.
The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
That's it. That's what I was trying to. I've never
romance.
seen that movie or anything. I just remembered that's what they did, right? They sent pants to each other or something. I really don't know. It just sounded.
The only name I recognize on the cast is Blake Lively.
I don't even know that one. Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. That's it. Yeah. Well, I assumed it was about pants they sent to each other. So.
It starts with America Ferrera, Amber Tamblyn, Blake Lively, and Alexis Bledel. Follows four best friends who buy a mysterious pair of pants that fits each of them.
Huh.
Okay.
So obviously, right. So ours is the box that fits each of us.
It fits each of them despite their differing sizes. So apparently these are magical breeches.
Right. Well, there you go. I didn't even know that. They just sounded.
I can see where it's possible. I mean, after all, we do have elastic.
Just as well, right?
Yeah. I mean, you go from what? I'm going to be extreme here. Let's go from a 16-inch waist to 36-inch waist. Well, that's
Right.
a lot of women could fit that.
You're not like 40 years ago, you needed a coat hanger to zip your pants up.
Well, 40 years ago, we wore the pants down on our hips.
Yeah.
Nowadays, if I tried that, I'd cut myself in half.
It's a crack up when you pull out people's old photos and they, like the billboard, like them high platform forms. Even the men were wearing them. It was like, oh my God. Like Beatles, that's ones they wear when they're doing that crosswork picture, right? The platform shoes. Funny.
Okay.
So yeah, well you're probably going to see that box a lot more, and I might just mess with your mind and throw some other ones in amongst it, in between.
Where do I live?
In a house in Kentucky
With who?
with 4 not weasel ferrets.
And a good boy.
He's waiting for me to say, and Miss Nyx.
Uh-huh. And what on this planet do you think would mess with my mind any more than her?
Right. Point taken.
I have seen all kinds of crap, Debbie. By the time I got out of high school, I'd been to 9 different schools in different states. And in the 5 years after that, I'd been to 7 continents and 13 countries.
And then you met then you ended up settling down with Nyx.
Uh-huh.
Could you imagine how boring your life would have been without her? That's what I tell my husband. What would be the point of life if you didn't have to put up with me?
Sanity?
Nah, that's not an option. Who wants to be sane? That's what I told her. Yeah, I was in a panic because I thought I was becoming normal the other day. And I was like, I'm going to sleep early and waking up early like an old person's supposed to. And I'm really worried I'm becoming normal.
Have you noticed the cup I'm drinking from?
No, because you don't show it. Can't see it. You're hiding it. Oh, there we go. I tried to be normal once, right? Yeah, I didn't even try. It was coming to me naturally without trying.
Worst 2 minutes of my life.
Yeah. Yep. It's just. Yep. There you go. See, I don't believe any normal people diamond paint, to be honest.
Thank you.
Honestly,
it's something. We're a special breed.
Honestly, I don't think there are normal people.
Somewhere there's got to be.
No.
Yeah, they all work at Walmart. Not shop at Walmart. They work at Walmart. They're normal, aren't they?
Compared to what?
Compared to you and me and Cyndi, not Michelle, right there. And
I don't know. Everything is relative. You say something about normal, and it's normal compared to what?
I don't know, to be honest. Don't normal people go to church?
Well, then I'm not normal.
Because I don't go to church, so I know I'm not normal, but I think normal people go to church. I don't know. I'm just making up crap because I don't know. Yeah. Normal people live somewhere that we never see them. How's that? Yeah, that's the answer.
I'd want to find them then, because I would make a very good recluse.
Oh, I'm good at being a recluse.
I mean, people tend to get on my last nerve, and I prefer not to deal with people.
Actually, I'm pretty good with people, I think.
Oh, I'm tolerant of people.
I'm compassionate. How's that? No comment, huh?
No, the brain's trying to function here. I don't know.
You're probably compassionate too. I mean, you answer emails and stuff, right? You don't go rah, 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 rah when you're doing that. You have to be. Cindy Michelle's shaking her head. You're like,
yeah,
no,
I'm watching you and her reactions at the same time. You know?
The body language, the secret signals with the eyeballs.
I'm just thinking back on conversations we've had, and you're like, the sympathetic one is like, I'll go punch her in the face.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's sympathetic, isn't it? No.
Sympathetic, yeah.
Well, I can't show you the book my friend bought me because that's just like too foul. So, because I write them in there, I write stuff in this journal that she bought me.
Oh, here you go. I am so not normal. The day that I was born, the devil said, "Oh shit, competition."
Yeah, yeah.
I concur.
Well, that's what's that old saying? Like, oh, like my ex back home, he died 3 times. Like, and that's what he likes to say. It's because God didn't want him and the devil couldn't handle him. So,
Yeah,
been
there twice, as a matter of fact.
Yeah,
But
they actually put him in the morgue one time, but
the whole time you was talking about that, and my mind's trying to think, I'm thinking, okay, I have no mercy for self-inflicted wounds, because people inevitably are their own worst enemy.
Well, what about self-inflicted where I kicked something accidentally today and I think I broke my toe? It's all purple and swollen. It's probably a good sign, I think. Half my foot's purple.
You're not diabetic, are you?
No. I was walking very briskly and I accidentally kicked this wooden gadget thing that we have, and I laid down like a little bitch when it happened. I'm glad I had no witnesses. Because it was kind of I was yipping and yowling and wobbling, and then I'm like, whoa. Yeah, I did her in good. I think it might be broken. I woke Mike up. He was snoozing on the couch. My performance woke him up. He's like, oh, I think you've broke that. Really?
If nothing else, you could have broke the tendon.
Oh, yeah. It's weird because when I do catch my toes, it's usually the little toe, not the next one in, It's been yipping all day. But it matches my knee. I broke that and it still hasn't mended. I am so accident prone, clumsy. The older I get, the more I fall over and trip over things.
Well, we have our share of accidents. I'm sitting here looking at 2 fingers that I broke 40 years ago that I haven't been able to straighten out since.
Right.
So.
Well, I took a chopper down the basement stairs last week. It didn't break no thing.
I can bend it by hand, bend it back straight, but I can't straighten it on its own.
Well, you got the same thing as me. When you do this, you're supposed to get them fixed, right? Not let them self-mend.
Well, I started saying years ago, had a doctor ask me when I was going to become his patient. And of course, this is one that I was taking her to at the time. And I looked dead at him and I told him, for one, I know my body better than he ever will. And 2, I would start seeing a doctor when they quit practicing and could get it right the first time.
Yeah.
Because you think about it. What do they call a doctor's business? His practice.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody practicing on me.
Nope.
I want it done right the first time.
That's a good point. Maybe that's why I don't go to the doctors. Now I've got an excuse. Thank you.
Well, he got rather offended, but then again, he couldn't deny it.
I just don't go to the doctors in America because I read too many where they're chopping things up and taking like that one that was doing all them like skin cancers and nobody actually had skin cancer. He just needed money.
Yeah.
It's like, Really? That's shocking. And that's just one of so many, right?
Well, I mean, we had that one in Atlanta that come to find out, he had a swell head because he had his own radio talk show and, he thought he was something special. And he really was not. Matter of fact, I think he's the worst one that she's ever been to.
Oh. Yeah, because if you're a doctor, why do you need a talk show?
The first time that I took her to him, we hadn't been in Atlanta very long, and went off of somebody else's recommendation from work. It's the only reason we went to this guy. And she had an early afternoon appointment. It's like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock at the latest, something like that. Well, I went with her. Of course, I'm sitting in the lobby, though, waiting. When normal doctors visit, 15, 30 minutes tops, and you're in and out, right?
Right.
She was in there till 5 o'clock. And I asked her what was going on, and she was visibly upset, but didn't say anything to me.
Oh, really?
So we get home and things go on and all this, and she never did say anything. And then I get a bill from the insurance company in the mail. This guy had literally took an insurance checklist, and if he asked her a question, he checked off an item on this, and he billed the insurance company for all of this stuff. It turned out to be like $4,000 for this one office visit.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And they're wanting me to pay $800 of it. And I said, not no, but hell no. There wasn't a damn thing wrong with her when she walked in your office, but there's damn sure something wrong with my pocketbook now that you've been there.
That's just, whoa. Yeah.
But he did. He went through an insurance checklist and charged for everything because he would ask a question.
I mean, God almighty, even if you took up like maybe 6 appointment slots, $4,000 is extreme.
Honey, we go with.
I would have wanted to walk out with a new set of boobs or something for $4,000, right?
Sure. Hell, you can get them here for $2,000 a pop. They're cheap.
Yeah. What do you get?
Years.
Nothing but distressed.
10-year replacement.
Oh my God! I should have got my son to send that one he coughed out new ones for to here. Get 2 for the price of 1 over here, son. Ship her over. She got new boobs and her education, and then she left him. I told him not to do it. $4,000. How does the insurance company even justify that?
Yeah, it's a racket here. The insurance companies and the physician offices, especially if it's, not just a single practice, if it's a group practice kind of thing, they have agreed upon pricing. They'll have the one value as if you walked in and we're going to pay cash, which most all the time is cheaper than anything else, to be honest.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And then they've got one price
for insurance. Depending on your insurance coverage,
and then,
right?
they've got their price, and then you pay the difference. Well, the whole thing is a racket to me. I mean, I liked it better 30 years ago when you just had a regular 80-20 policy.
Yeah.
You knew what you were going to pay.
Right.
Now it's a guessing game. As a matter of fact, I had something a few months back from Anthem or Blue Cross here. Because she goes to the doctor and it's a $25 copay for us. I went to the doctor for the first time in 30 years because of COVID. and they're listed as my primary care physician, have been. It's just I've never been to them. Same doctor, same place, but yet they charged me $175. And I still haven't got a straight answer as to why. Instead, the insurance company came back and wrote me an email replying saying that, well, your visit was coded as such and such, and gave me this damn number. Like, I'm really going to know what the hell that number is.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's just crazy. It depends who you are to what you pay.
I paid $25 to the practice and said the rest is up to y'all. I'm not playing this silly shit.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. It really is. I got like the lady that I took food to. She's in, I think you all call it Section 8 housing.
Yeah.
And
government subsidized.
Right. I think, yeah, because it's not hard. I'm not good with it in America, but so the lady that's the manager, she walks up to her, oh, how you doing? And handed her a letter, and it was eviction notice. You owe $93, get out. And so she couldn't get answers, so she had to contact the local representative or whatever. And he inquired, and what it was for every day that your rent's not paid from the first, they were charging her $13 or $14 per day, late fees. But they knew when she moved in, she gets paid on the 3rd of the month. But when this dude inquired, she's the only one getting charged that. Everybody else gets charged $1 a day. And the reason being is because her income's a little bit higher than the rest because she worked and gets a little bit more from Social Security. So she gets to pay all that and the others pay $1. Now, that's not fair, right? You're penalised because you actually work more than the rest of them that live there.
Yeah.
Well, this dude stepped in and said, well, this is going to stop. She gets charged $1 like the rest of them. And you shouldn't even be charging them all. When they move in, you know the date they get paid. You need to make an allowance for that, you know.
Right.
But now they're grabbing what they can. There's people that they don't get their check till the 3rd. And most people on those checks, you know, they're battling to live month by month. They can't pay, like, in advance so they don't get caught up like that. And what's 3 days, you know?
80% of this country lives paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, yeah. And and they want to take 13, I think it was $13 a day. And I'm like, that's just ridiculous because any loans or anything you get financed, if you're 3 days late, there is no charges. It's usually a week or more before you get any charges. So, and I've never known, I don't rent places. So
that's like my mortgage. My mortgage here, it's due on the 1st of every month.
Right.
But there's a grace period built into it. I've actually got until the 15th.
Well, I would have thought everything should be like that, especially rent for people on low incomes. Yeah, it don't seem right. But yeah, and that's what even the representative, whoever he is that she approached, was, he couldn't believe it when he contacted him and everybody else is paying $1 and hers is 13. So that's just wrong.
They probably just got by on the whole based on your income thing.
Well, the weird thing was the manager said to her, just get a money order and make it out to me personally. And she's like, no, hell no. I'm going to the main office and paying it directly to them. So
that's bullshit.
That sounds a bit fishy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So by the time she went to the main office, they said, well, actually, you owe another $11. She said, I ain't paying it. I'm done with this bullshit, you know. So I couldn't believe it.
Well, the bad thing, you know, about that situation is here there are so many people, and when I say here, I don't mean just in my area. I'm talking United States. There's so many of them that would qualify to be on Section 8, but the wait list to get on it is so long that it takes, I think the shortest amount of time I've ever heard of was like 8 months. And most of the time it's in the neighborhood of 1.5 to 2 years before you ever.
See, I could be wrong. Well, they have HUD housing, don't they? They have Section 8, and isn't there another one? Because I know it's not HUD, so, but I'm not sure if it's, I don't know. Because I didn't think she got subsidised. They just go on your income, and that's what your rent's based on what you earn.
Right.
And I'm not sure if that's called Section 8 or not. I know it's not HUD because I said HUD, and she said, no, it's not HUD. So
honestly, I don't know. I haven't looked at any of those in
well, I don't understand. It's all
40 years.
At home. It's all called different stuff. So I'm not really wise upon what they call it here.
I mean, honestly, we're in a good position because, you know, we bought this house 7 years ago, and honestly, mortgage rates and all what they were at the time, and so was the cost of housing. We had just the opportunity come up out of the blue, and was able to put money down to get a house, but the interest rate wasn't but 3%.
Right. Yeah.
Right, and hell, my mortgage for this place is only $416 a month.
Well, that's pretty good, huh?
That was half of what we were paying for rent.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's how we ended up buying it.
And now the same house that we were renting, that same house, it was we paid 6.5. The people after us, they got charged 8. And they lived there a year. Well, after they moved out, the rent went up on that house to $1,200.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I know around here, like that neighborhood, I don't know if you all use it, but there's that app neighborhood thing and everybody gets on there. But when COVID hit, rent doubled.
Oh, yeah.
It was amazing. And then, like, the real estate come around and they were trying to offer to buy the house. And I'm like, well, how come rent's doubled, but you want to pay me less than what I paid for my house? Go away.
Yeah.
If rent's doubled, I'm sure the cost of real estate's gone up.
I get those notices in the mail just about every 2 weeks wanting to buy the house. And it'll come to me and it's got a picture of the house on the front of it and it's got my name on it and all this. And I'm like, nope.
Yeah. No. Heck no. Because it was just luck that we bought in 17 and then 20 COVID, all that crap came along. So
yeah, we bought this one was bought December 20th of 2016.
Well, no, 17 I bought this place. Yeah.
Hey, Erica. I see you snuck in there. Good evening to you.
Is that my Erica?
Kevin's wife. The other troublemaker.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's my Erica. You watch, I'm waiting for Nyx to jump in and go, no, it's not.
Oh, she's afraid I offended her. I said, no, I'm picking on her. I'm not offending her.
No. She's like the rest of us. She's not easily offended, right?
I would hope not.
And if you're not picking on people, then you don't care about them.
Exactly.
That's what I tell them. If I ain't picking on you, I don't like you.
Yep.
So I tell my husband, when I stop giving you a hard time, I stop caring. Oh, actually, I've got a question for Erica. I can't see without these.
Debbie's Erica, she says.
Yeah. Well, there's a few Ericas, and I only know Kevin's wife, Erica.
That's all I know.
So I claimed her as my. So that's why I claimed her as my Erica.
You just missed her. She just clicked her camera off. I guess she got tired of us.
Oh, she left already. I'm going to ask her a question.
She's asking about Cyndi.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because I got a question for Erica. Like, the diamond painting she ordered, would she like me to look to see if I can do that in squares instead of rounds? Saves me emailing her or messaging, either one. I've actually made it. I've made the canvas, but I haven't checked to see if I've got the square drills. But I could do that if she wanted me to.
Says round is fine.
Okay, cool. It's just I remember one time I think Kevin told me she was a square person. Maybe he wasn't talking about diamond painting. She's square, like, you know, people are square when they go to church, aren't they? I think you checked. Like, have you changed her name again? No, she's totally ran away this time.
Yeah, no, she's gone.
She slipped off.
Uh-huh.
What'd you do to her?
I didn't do nothing. Did not do nothing.
Well, evicted. She evicted herself. You're pleading innocence. So round's fine. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, Brandy, I know several people right now that's living in a motel.
Oh, what? Because they can't get housing?
That or jobs.
Oh man, who pays for that? How can the poor souls afford that? Does somebody help them with that?
Well, I know one of them I know is what they term a gig worker. He's doing DoorDash and stuff like that to do what he can.
You know, that's what sucks about all this rental prices. It's just got out of control. We got people living on the streets. It's just so sad. When I first came to America, I had to try my hardest not to carry every homeless person home, you know. And I gave away a fortune of my paychecks to a lot of them. Couldn't help myself.
She said the wait list in California is years long, which doesn't surprise me.
What are they? I don't know. I mean, when I was in California, I mean, that was back in 2010 when I was working in Fresno. And I used to go down to this market that sold like lots and lots of fruits. Tent City was huge. It was like, whoa, where all the home, like, I mean, we have it in Australia, but nothing like here. I was just like gobsmacked at the amount of homeless people in America when I got here.
Yeah. No, I haven't been to California since I was a kid, literally 55 years ago. We lived in El Cajon. And I don't remember anything of it, but I do know, you know, that California is also one of the most expensive states to live in.
Right. Yeah. Well,
California, New York.
Without upsetting or offending anybody, I did notice that all the homeless people were actually American citizens.
Yeah.
So, and those that weren't homeless a lot of them weren't even legal. So, and I do not mean to offend anybody, but it's just sad when it's the citizens are the ones that are living on the streets. Because, of course, I got rejected when I first came here. I got they denied my permanent residence application because I didn't have enough proof that I was here for legitimate reasons and not just got married to gain access to America. And that was, I said to him, I'm not from, I'm from Australia. Why, I don't need to flee my country. So, yeah. It's kind of a battle. So I had to pay a lot more fees and then reapply and blah, blah, blah.
So that you didn't have enough proof?
Yeah. Like, I couldn't prove that I got married to an American because I wanted to marry him. They thought I married him to gain access to America. And you know what the lack of proof was? I didn't take in a photo album full of wedding photos. And everybody else did. So.
Okay.
It was crazy. It really was. I'm like, well, if I'd have known that, I could have just got a photographer and staged all kinds of photos. Right? It was crazy. Plus, we had a communication breakdown because I was first here and my accent was thick and I was talking fast. Like in Australia, we talk fast and I've learnt to slow down. And the lady was Spanish, not very fluent in English, so we had a big language clash too. And I ended up getting a little bit angry, and I think that didn't help. So, yeah, it was a nightmare. I was almost ready to get on a plane and just go home and say, don't worry about it. Because I forgot to get a photo album full of wedding photos.
I don't know. I'm thinking back to my service days and before I went overseas. They'd get all these guys together, all the young recruits, and they'd fill their heads with horror stories about the girls overseas and, having to get all the shots and make sure you don't bring anything home that you didn't leave with. And,
right.
So I don't know where I was at though was, honestly, if you want to know the truth about it, the base where I was at overseas was actually cleaner than the one I was at stateside.
There you go.
So,
yeah.
And the locals actually treated me a lot better over there than, the locals around the bases here.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, some countries have got very respectful people in them compared to not just your country, but mine too. I guess we could pinpoint like Australia, America, New Zealand, and England have probably got the most arrogant people.
Well, I don't know. I work with a guy now that's from New Zealand, and he's nice as can be.
Right.
But back in the 80s when I was in the service, and my whole last year was stationed in Japan, and quite honestly, that was some of the friendliest and most respectable people I'd ever dealt with.
Right.
Very traditional and honor bound.
Well, you deal with the Chinese like I do, and I mean they just so gracious. They just respect. I don't have people like others have complained. Well, then the Chinese tell me that they're like, you're very friendly and easy to get along with, and I'm like, well, so are you. Like you're polite, you're respectful, you bend over backwards to do everything I ask.
Yeah.
And I find them very pleasant myself. Just easy to get along with. But I guess some people go in there like just hard to deal with because they always comment like, "Oh, you're very friendly and funny and easy to get along with." Because I pop in and visit them like they're old friends or something when I'm even not purchasing. But I don't know. I like them. I think they're easy to get along with. I guess it depends on how you treat them, right?
Okay. Well, Cyndi Michelle has left us, but she's in the audience.
She evicted herself again.
Yeah, pretty much. And I don't have anything new. You said you don't have anything new.
No, I was planning on it, but as per usual, I didn't get as much done as I planned.
Well, I know she had something on her back wall behind her chair, but I think it's the same something that was put up there last weekend.
Who, Nyx, you mean?
No, this is Cyndi Michelle.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't there last week, and actually I was, but I just went to sleep.
Yeah, I told Nick to tell Jack hello for me.
No, I can't even blame him. It was Nyx's fault. How's that? No, I can't even blame Nyx because I wasn't even on the phone to her that week. I've not been near. Not touched the phone, nothing, because I wanted to get them drills done and other stuff done, and then it just didn't work out that good. I'm redoing canvases and stuff for people that are blind, I think. So.
No, last weekend I was picking on Cyndi Michelle because the wall behind where she sits had been blank for 2 weeks.
Ah.
And Reese was there at the time too. And all of a sudden the camera gets flipped down. You don't see nothing but her little picture. And then here she comes back, and Reese has got this big grin on his face. And I look, and there's something on the wall.
Oh.
So, and I think it's the same something that was there last weekend.
So wasn't it a new kit or something? A new image, maybe?
Honestly, I don't remember. I am the last one to ask about diamond painting.
I know. I shouldn't. That was a dumb question. I shouldn't have asked it.
So, okay.
Well,
Brandy, she went to high school in El Cajon. Well, Brandy, I barely even remember El Cajon other than the fact that I think I was about 4 years old watching Saturday morning cartoons on an old black and white Heat Zenith TV that my dad built. And I do know behind us there was a vertical rise like a cliff that was at the end of our backyard that went up, and a helicopter crashed into it. That's the only thing I remember.
How do you remember stuff? I don't even remember being 4 years old.
That's about the only thing I remember, and I think because it made a big enough impression.
Lots of people talk about it. I'm like, I couldn't tell you anything from that age. I have no recollection.
Okay, Cyndi Michelle, apparently her diamond painting on the wall behind her chair is a DAC geisha.
Geisha. I didn't actually. I didn't even notice it. I guess I didn't look properly.
Brandy, I'm actually was born in Canada at St. John's, Newfoundland. So technically I'm a Newfie.
You're a Canuck.
Yep, but I'm a naturalized Canuck. I just happened to time it wrong and came about a little early. Otherwise, we'd have been back in the States, and I would have been born in Roanoke, Virginia.
Huh. Roanoke, Virginia. I think I worked there one time. Roanoke. Yeah.
Well, it's definitely off the beaten path if you're heading south from Pennsylvania.
Well, you know what? In 20 years, I've worked in 42 states, so I lose track. Yeah. If I didn't work there, I'd probably work with people from there. Yeah. Yeah, I lose track. Of course, I worked in every state except the one I lived in at the time, which was Kentucky. I could never get, never get a job around the house, right? Because I was like, I was in Mount Sterling. I'm not sure where you are in relation to Mount Sterling, or what's the city?
Mount Sterling is 45 minutes from me.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Huh. Well, that's where I had like the one that the husband that died. His family owned a trailer park in Mount Sterling, and I had a trailer there. I only just got rid of it like last year or the year before.
Oh, small town. Oh, got kind of like two main thoroughfares, I guess you could say, but pretty much all rural and a little on the mountainous side. It's about 45 minutes east of me. And,
well, see, when I was down there last year, I didn't know that. I could have popped over and said g'day.
Yep. Well, now you know.
Well, I've sold it now, so I won't be going back there. I mean, that's my, well, I don't know whether you call them ex-in-laws or what you call them, but I mean, they still treat me like I'm still family, so.
Yeah, that's kind of a good thing.
Yeah, and like I'm remarried and they accepted Mike just like he was one of theirs too, so.
Mutt Nut. I actually probably would have been even closer to you because, yeah, if it wasn't for me being early, I'd have been born in Roanoke, and that's where my mother's family's at. But we spent several years in Charlottesville because of my dad's work. So that should have been like a lot closer to you. I'm sure if you know Roanoke, then you know where Charlottesville is.
So your parents were American?
Yeah.
So it just happened, like you said, you were born early, but because of that, so you had to be naturalized in America and all that.
I didn't have to be, but my parents had the foresight to go ahead and do that anyway to keep it from causing me any problems later on.
Right. Right. Yeah, well, that's kind of crazy because they're Americans and you were born in Canada.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they were both U.S. citizens. My mother was born and raised in Roanoke, Virginia. My dad was born and raised in Gulfport, Mississippi.
Huh. I've been there too.
He was in the Air Force when they met. Matter of fact, that's how they met, is the Air Force. My mother was the photographer down there that they used to take the military ID card pictures with.
Oh.
And that's how they met. She took his picture. Now, I don't know all the details and the ins and outs of the romance and developing situation and all that, other than the fact that, you know, they eventually did get together. But for some reason, and I don't remember why, we were in St. John's, Newfoundland, and I'm not sure what he was doing up there, but of course she was with him, and I came about, from what I was told, about 2 weeks early.
Oh.
Otherwise, they'd have been back in the country and everything would have been fine, and, you know, I'd have been born in Roanoke.
Right.
So.
Tricky situation. Well, like you said, they covered their butts just in case.
Yeah.
Because we had Australia just went on the loose probably 20-something years ago. And all these people that migrated from England and their kids came obviously with them. and they never did anything like. And my friend, she was in her like 50s, and she got a letter like, you become a citizen now or get out. And she'd been there since she was 4 years old and was not a citizen or a permanent resident. And there was lots of them like that, and they all got this letter in the mail. You either become a citizen or you can go back home, and we don't care that you've been here 50 years. So, yeah, she shit her pants, and they all ran around and done all the paperwork and got it all sorted out, but they were going to deport them all if they didn't become citizens. And you think, well, they've been here since they're 4 years old. It's probably a bit past that, right? Where are you going to deport them to if they're all their family moved over here?
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, she got in the right panic, and she wasn't on her own. There was bunches of people. They did it too. I guess they just, I don't even know why they did it. I guess they just got a bee in their bonnet and decided they needed to. Maybe figure out how many people actually live in the country, maybe. But I mean, they get tax file numbers and work and all that without having any papers to live in the country. So it's crazy, really. But that goes back in what, the 60s, 70s. So probably didn't have to do it back then.
Yeah. Well, that's, I was born in 62, so and they didn't have to get me naturalization papers. The citizenship was supposedly automatic since they were both U.S. citizens.
Right.
But, of course, I have a foreign birth certificate.
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah.
And I don't exactly carry theirs around with me. Hell, I don't even carry my own with me.
Right.
But when it comes down to, replacing like my social security card or anything like that, then I got to produce all these papers because
right.
When I pull out a Canadian birth certificate, then they looking at me like, what the hell?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that would be tricky, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So, I mean, I've got my birth certificate. I've got my naturalization papers. I've got their birth certificates. And then I've got the newspaper article. Back then, they put a article in the newspaper whenever there was a citizenship class that finished and people completed. They put everybody's name in the newspaper, and I've got the article where I was in it. So,
well, yeah, I never even thought about the complications of having your child in a different country if you're both from not there. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, tricky.
Oh, let's see.
A Canuck. Now I've got something else to pick on you for. I worked with a dude, Alex. He was from Canada, but he was a really nice guy, but he stirred the bag out of me, so I always called him a Canuck every chance I got.
Well, nobody really knows to call me that, so.
He offered, my husband that had died, I still had his Corvette to get rid of, and Alex is like, will you marry me so I can have the Corvette, and then I'll give you citizenship to Canada, and that way he get free medical. And there's lots of benefits, and I'm like, no, I'll pass on that one. Because they have socialised medicine like Australia does.
Yeah.
And that's what I said to him, well, how's it free medical when it's socialised? He tried to con me on that one, I think. Never mind that I was already married, so it didn't work either. That's just his sense of humour. I liked him. He was a good dude. My friend, when we came to America, the first time I came with one of my friends back home, she's passed on now, and she was going to visit a friend in Canada, and I chose to just not. And They pulled her out and put her in a room and interrogated her.
Why?
She couldn't, like, I mean, she was in her 50s, cleanest record you've ever seen. Not the kind of person you look at that you would, yeah, I don't, by the time she phoned me, she was in tears. She's like, I don't even know why they picked me to pull out and interrogate. But why are you here? Just, yeah, hammered her, apparently. And she was visiting friends. That's all. That's what I said to you, that's crazy. Like, if I was with you and they pulled me, I'd understand. I get, like, everywhere I go at airports, they pull me. Like, the Japanese, they pull me. In Singapore, they pull me. Everywhere I go, they pull me. Like, her, you would never pull her and interrogate her. That'd be like getting Mary Poppins and interrogating her.
Maybe she appeared too clean.
Yeah, well, that could have been it too. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, that was 20 years ago now. I said, well, I'm glad I didn't go with you then, because you probably got locked up with me. So,
well, as far as travel goes, I haven't traveled outside of a car since 95. Yeah, 95. So almost 30 years, 29 years. Last time I got on an airplane. And I don't miss it.
I hate flying. I can't stand flying.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I hate it. And I found like the worst thing was when I was here to stay, but and you'd have a one-way ticket. Oh, that would get you strip searched almost. Why are you only going one way? Just in America, one way, and that's. Now I'm like, why do you keep pulling me? And that's what they said. Well, you tend to get pulled if you're just on a one-way flight for some reason. I don't know.
Well, you can't buy an open return ticket.
I must look like a terrorist or a drug dealer, or what do they call them? Transporter. I don't know the word.
Courier.
Yeah, that's it. Like courier in your belly, like. Or something. Smuggler, that's it. Drug smuggler.
And nowadays they X-ray everything, and and that's without pulling you out of a line.
And when I came, like when we landed in LA from Australia, they pulled me there, took me, and she was panicking like, "Oh, they're going to deport you," and I'm like, "No." So, and then we drove across country to in Indianapolis, and then I caught a flight to Atlanta, and she caught a flight to Canada. As soon as I landed in Atlanta, they pulled me there, and the woman's like, hands up under my bras and everything, and I said, oh my God, like all this way to America, and the first time I get molested, it's by a woman. And she had no sense of humor.
Oh, of course not.
And then while she was molesting me, I was on the phone to my friend she'd landed in Canada, and we were like talking, and I was telling her about it, and we were just making big jokes out of it. And the lady had no sense of humor. I said, I'm so disappointed that all this while I get molested by a woman. Why couldn't that man over there be doing this? Yeah. And I said, I'm only joking, really. But yeah. My friend was cracking up. She's going, I didn't get molested at all. I just got hauled into the office and interrogated. They didn't actually want to touch me. They just wanted to make me cry. And I said, well, you cry easy too, so that's part of the problem.
I don't know. I don't know. It kills me because nowadays they got to know everybody's business about everything.
Right. Well, I couldn't believe it I'm like, really? Do you have to be that like personal? I thought it was a bit much myself.
I don't know. I'd probably get arrested because I'm of the mind that where I'm going is my business, not theirs.
Right, and I don't appreciate you putting your hands on me underneath my clothing either. And after I finished, like me and my friend made jokes, but I guess it's the way to get. And I did say, look, shouldn't this be done in a room where not everybody's watching in the middle of the airport? Crazy.
Well, I get it that they want to protect the passengers and the airliner,
Right.
and that's the whole thing, as far as that goes. But
Right.
other than that, you travels. Whose business is it if you go into some place, and whether it's business, pleasure, or otherwise?
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Oh, she had to give over the address of the people she was visiting and everything.
See, that to me, that's bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Because, like she said, how many people were coming through the airport that day, and they didn't all have to say where they were going and who they were visiting. It's like it should be all or none. Like, you all tell us where you're going, or none of us tell us. None of your business.
Yeah, I'd just be wanting to tell them none you.
Yeah, well, I would have, and that's what I said. You're lucky I didn't go, because I'd have probably got myself locked up. So, smart ass attitude would have set in.
Cyndi, if you're still there, tell Reese that she's in bed. Or if he's doing that at me, say hello for me.
Reese is in bed.
Reese just messaged through Facebook, and I'm at her computer.
Oh, and Cindy's in bed?
No, Nyx.
Oh.
But Cyndi was just in chat. She's been in chat since she turned off her camera. So, and then her son Reese just messaged. And of course, I got the message.
I'm going to get you, Cyndi Michelle. You wait.
But no, honestly, I think I'm about ready to get off of here.
Yeah, that's fine. I've got to go make some phone calls and see if I've got to hand out some more frozen dinners.
Well, it's 11 o'clock. 11:18. I've been on here for just a hair over 3 hours.
Well, you don't even usually stay, do you?
No. So usually I do the intro, the wheels, the meet and greet kind of thing, and then I roll on. So, and then not last week, but weekend before last, you and Cyndi kept it on for quite a while after I left. I don't remember exactly how long.
No, I don't remember either.
But let's see.
I think I ended up bailing. I think I was one who's like, I've got to go.
Let's see. So y'all were on for almost 5 hours.
Oh, really? Wow.
4 hours and 49 minutes total.
Huh. I didn't even, I had no clue.
Yep.
And then last week I sat down already and then woke up 5 o'clock in the morning in the same chair. I kind of thought I would. I'd been up for a couple of days and I was pretty wore out. But I thought I was.
I'm hitting that wall myself.
Yep.
Gammy, thank you. You have a good weekend too. Thank you, Jen M. Appreciate that. Let's see. Good night, Sandy. I'm fixing to head that way myself. Tell Greg I said hello and enjoy the retail land. So like more, it's the only thing I'm gonna say. Let's see, Colleen, good night to you. So yeah, I think everybody's ready to call it a night.
Yep, I hear them.
Yep. Let's see. Well, thank you, Erin. Congratulations. And like I said, shoot Nyxs message. And I'm gonna look and see where your other order's at. I swear I thought I had finished it. Anyway, good night, everybody. Let's see. Reese, sorry. She's probably gonna be out until sometime tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. I don't know. It depends on whether or not she did any diamond painting or not tonight. Or damn, I can't even talk. When she went and laid down just a little bit before 8, she didn't know if she was going to diamond paint or go to sleep. And I've been in here, so I don't know what she did. Now, if she's diamond painting, then she probably still is. But if she went to sleep, then it's going to be probably at least sunset tomorrow before she gets up.
So I'm going to blow up her phone when I get off here. She's been nagging me. You haven't talked to me lately.
Well, I don't think I can tell you to blow it up.
Yeah, because that's the fun part.
But she ain't gonna get it until she wakes up tomorrow sometime.
Yeah, she's probably got it turned down, right?
It's sitting right here.
Well, I need you to carry it in there then.
She's in do not disturb mode.
Lucky you don't have a home phone. I'd be blowing that up.
So the phone's in here, and she's in the other end of the house in the bed.
That's right. I can leave them messages then.
Now, the only thing I can't tell you right this minute is whether she's actually asleep or if she's diamond painting.
She's probably doing both. Diamond painting and asleep. She'll wake up tomorrow and have all the drills in the wrong spot. He's going to go check on her. We're spying on you.
All right, it's official. Unless she has passed out sitting up in the bed, the light is on underneath the door. So that means that she's diamond painting.
Hey, you know, she didn't just pass out and leave the light on. That's what I would do.
I said, unless she's passed out sitting up in the bed.
Were you too scared to open the door?
No, I'm smart enough not to. How's that?
No, come on. What were you worried about?
No, the TV's going, the light's on. So that tells me she started off diamond painting.
Yeah, right.
But that don't mean that she's not sitting in the bed propped up like.
Yeah, well, that would be me. I'd be passed out and leave everything blaring and lights on and.
Well, it's a matter of timing. Okay, because she very well could be passed out, and if not, she probably will eventually be. Because usually when she's diamond painting, yes, she does fall asleep sitting up with the remote in one hand and the pen in the other hand, and the TV will be going.
Have you ever stayed and watched to see if she still diamond paints while she's sleeping?
No, because when I go to bed, I go in there and go to bed.
Right.
Okay, so I'll get in the bed and turn over, and all I hear is that, from her picking up the drills and placing them.
And you know what? That can be a really annoying noise.
It's a mood thing. It could be annoying, or it could be Oh,
Yeah. Well, I have that problem with me. I have sensitive ears to certain sounds.
the way she's diamond painting, a lot of times it's almost like listening to a metronome.
Right.
You know, so in your mind, you're following that tick tock, tick tock.
Yeah. It'll either lull you to sleep or keep you awake, right?
Yeah.
Like raindrops on a tin roof, depends what mood you're in.
But yeah. Yeah, and I think I'm fixing to
Crawl in next to her.
Yeah. I'm
Yep.
going to go make the rounds of my printers and get some more stuff printing.
Cool.
Oh, that's one thing about it. They just came out with an update for the printers.
Oh, another one already?
Yeah. Well, they do regular updates, but this one I love it because it actually silenced the motors.
Oh, really?
It makes them a lot quieter.
Damn, an update can do that.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be
just as fast, but the way the actual algorithm that moves the motors, it moves it in such a manner that it kind of accelerates like a car and decelerates, but it does it so smooth that the motor no longer makes any noise.
Well, I did not know they could just. Well, I guess I should have realized. I mean, because you can put your printer on quiet mode. So yeah. But with these, I think, well, why have that option? Just make them quiet in the first place. Like with yours, it's an upgrade, something they've worked on and added to it, I guess.
Well, I mean, I'm sure that to some extent this quiet mode that they've got that is built into it now, it might affect the speed somehow or another, but I haven't had a noticeable change in the speed.
Right, and if it's not a noticeable change, it's probably worth the quietness, right?
Yeah. I mean, now I don't hear the printers themselves. I just hear a fan.
I mean, that's either good or bad. Either it's good because do you rely on the noise of them to know when they're finished, or something beeps and tells you?
No, actually, I listen for noises that are abnormal.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's like night before last. Oh, I had 2 machines break on me.
Oh.
And one of them, our biggest one, we call him Bob. He's got a material handling system that's on top of him.
Right.
And the roll, one of the rolls of filament that I was using had a little bit of age on it. It was older and consequently more brittle.
Oh.
Well, it didn't like that roll, and the filament literally broke up inside the pathways of this handling system and jammed things up.
Shit.
Well, that's the first time that I've had this break on me since we've had it. And I mean, machine's 8 months old, and this is the first time it's actually broke.
Okay.
I'd never had call or reason to take it apart. So, I'm in there and I'm working on it, trying to figure out how to clear all this filament out because, I've never been in it. I really didn't want to dismantle anything more than necessary.
Yeah.
More interested in getting it running and getting the print job, done. And all of a sudden I heard this racket, just bam. And then there was and banging and beating. And the filament rolls for all the printers are on an arm that's above the printer. Well, apparently I had not situated this machine just right.
Oh.
Because that roll actually worked its way off of the arm and it fell down into the bed of the printer and laid flat. So that was the initial bang that I heard. Wow. And then the noise that came after it was where the printer kept trying to move the carriage
Oh,
and it knocked the bed out of alignment. It knocked the carriage out of alignment. So night before last, I didn't get any orders packed up. Instead, I wound up working on these 2 printers. And come 2 o'clock in the morning, I said, I done had enough. The packages will have to wait an extra day, and I'll get them done tomorrow because I'm
right.
done.
Did it damage anything on the printers?
No, luckily got everything running again without any damage. It was just time lost.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
And the
thankfully nothing was broken, right?
and the prints that were in process at the time had to be redone, but that was it. So the biggest loss was, a few cents of plastic and some time.
Right. Well, better time than breaking the machine, right?
Yeah.
So, see, I thought Bob was your oldest one. He's not, right?
No, Bob was like number 3, 4.
I don't know why I thought Bob was an oldie. But yeah.
Bob was number 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know why I thought that. Bob.
Yeah, no, Bob was printer number 5.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm glad nothing broke on him anyway.
Yeah. No, it's all good. Everything's running and been producing pretty good. I ain't had no problems since.
Right, and I can see why. Well, you need to go make up for sleep you didn't get last night, right?
Well, I did actually sleep 10 hours last night. I came home with a headache and ate Excedrin and didn't do any good. So I did what I needed to last night, and then I took a handful of Tylenol after that, and then I went to bed and slept 10 hours.
Oh, good.
So, and I've had a fairly productive day-to-day printing, so I'm not complaining.
Oh, good. That's good.
So I got a buttload of orders to pack tomorrow, but it's all good. It'll all go.
Right. Well, that's excellent. I'm glad nothing broke. No great losses or nothing.
Yeah, but I think we have pretty much lost everybody.
Okay.
And
everybody's tired tonight, huh?
Yeah.
Right. Well, you go get you some Mr. E time, and I'll go get me some Miss D time.
Well, I'm gonna go reset all the printers to run more jobs, and then I'm gonna head to bed.
I don't blame you. I hear you there. I'm going to go maybe see if I still have a husband that I haven't seen much in the last few days.
I was gonna say I ain't seen him pop in tonight.
No, he's been pretty laying low this weekend. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Mr. E, and you have a good night's sleep. And
thank you, Debbie.
And
appreciate you coming in to keep me company.
No worries. And Cyndi abandoned us. I've already been picking. I called her a cow, and I'm waiting for an answer.
So, but anyway, people, it is my, oh, the hell with it. It's my bewitching hour. I'm going to run printers, go home. I am home. Okay. Yeah, I am too tired. I am home already.
All right.
Okay. No, never mind. Good night, everybody.
Good night, all.
Pay it forward. Be nice.
Be good. If not, be good at it.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. All right.
Anyway, I will see everybody next week during the normal intro. And then Nyx will be back.
Okay.
All right. Forward.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.